各位同学，你们先听一下 video 哈，这个课程，等一下你们要英文讲，你要讲英文讲，总共有25个 cases， 然后 case applications， 所以让你知道说 ITS 是个很 rich area 这样。
This presentation will introduce the monitoring and management system for traffic and incidents in the Maryland Eastern Shore region. This system has been developed by the Traffic Safety and Operations Lab at University of Maryland. Ocean City is a popular vacation spot in the Eastern Shore Peninsula of Maryland. The population in the summer peak season may reach anywhere between 150 to 300,000 people, compared with the off-peak season population, which is typically less than 25,000. This large traveler influx can lead to serious congestion on the major eastbound roads, especially during summer weekends and holidays. Our system assists the Maryland State Highway Administration to better control the traffic surge so as to minimize the resulting delays. Travelers can also benefit from this system to better adjust their route decisions and to avoid congestion. This system includes 5 functions: monitoring and managing traffic in the Eastern Shore, predicting travel times, an evacuation system, managing traffic incidents, and dynamically locating traffic emergency response units. Now let's have a look at each function by accessing the system at oceancity.umd.edu. The website includes an interactive map to navigate the detector locations and displays the current speed and volume data from each detector, which is updated every 5 minutes. By clicking the Historical Data button, the website pulls all past data from the detectors. These dialog boxes allow users to display their desired data by specifying date, time, and detector ID. The Ocean City traffic page displays information on the current traffic conditions towards Ocean City using a color-coded legend based on vehicle speeds. Now let's look at the travel time information page. This page displays real-time estimates of the travel times to reach Ocean City. There are 2 major roads servicing Ocean City, US 50 with 2 lanes and Maryland 90 with 1 lane, as shown in this map. The estimated travel time to Ocean City via each route is updated every minute. By selecting each detector, the system displays the current speed and volume at the corresponding road segments. This type of information can assist control center operators to best use their roadway capacity, especially during peak seasons. More importantly, such information dynamically guides travelers to switch to a less congested route based on variable message signs. Now let's take a look at the evacuation system, which provides preparation for emergencies, such as hurricanes. This map shows the major evacuation routes, traffic control points, shelters, and major bottlenecks identified by a plan developed by a joint team from Maryland, Delaware, and Virginia. This system also includes an online evacuation scheme. Users can input the demand, the desired length of the simulation, and the portion of demand to be assigned to each route. Users can also specify the level of detail that they wish to see displayed on the interactive map. After running the simulation based on the user-defined inputs and settings, the system displays the results on both the interactive map and under a tab labeled Analyze. With the time navigation bar, users can observe the evolution of speeds over the evacuation routes on the interactive map as time passes. Users can select a road link to see its average speed and throughput. The cumulated throughputs until the target time are also displayed here by each evacuation route. Now let's move to the Incident Management System. By clicking the Incident Manager icon, a dialog box appears for the users to choose their inputs. One can specify the incident location by clicking the Select Incident Location button and then zooming in on the target link and identifying the location on the map. In the dialog box, one can set the direction and input the incident-related information, such as estimated incident duration, the number of vehicles involved, incident nature, as well as lane blockage status. Then the system will estimate the resulting queue length. By clicking the View Output button, the estimated queue and demand over time are displayed. Using the time navigation bar, one can observe how the queue evolves based on demand and incident characteristics over time. For instance, for this incident and traffic condition scenario, the queue would spill back up to almost half a mile towards the upstream at 11:15, 30 minutes after the onset of the incident. Then the queue would continue growing up to a size of almost 1.3 miles by 11:45. Another part of the lab's ongoing research is the dynamic location of traffic incident management units in order to minimize incident-induced delays by their prompt response and clearance of incidents. For example, let's assume that 4 response units are available with their assigned coverage as shown in this map. If an incident occurs, the corresponding response unit will be dispatched to the scene. Then only 3 units would remain to be able to respond to any subsequent incidents, were they to occur before the initial detected incident was cleared. Thus, to ensure their prompt responses for potential future incidents, our algorithm for reassigning their coverage area and relocating their stations would be implemented. To sum up, the Incident and Traffic Management System in Ocean City, Maryland helps not only the responsible agents better control for the sudden increase of traffic during peak seasons, but also the travelers to avoid congestion. We've also developed a real-time emergency response system and, as part of ongoing research, an assignment algorithm for traffic emergency vehicles. For further information on any of these topics, please visit oceancity.umd.edu. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for coming. The purpose of this class is try to offer you some case study so you have better understanding how can ITS be applied in real world scenarios. 就是让你知道说 ITS 有什么 application. Otherwise, you may get so bored to study all kind of transportation mathematical issues. You think of transportation is only those boring applications. So that's why in this class, after I have offered 6 online courses with all kind of complex mathematical modelings, this class mostly will be a case study. And next time I come back here, may offer you some mathematical models to solve problem, okay? But in this 6-day lectures, mostly we cover 26 projects, mostly applications. So no mathematical modeling in this presentation, in this series of lectures. So your life will be easy, okay? Okay, so just follow up for the Ocean City's case. I give you some more introduction. So from last presentation, you should get some idea. ITS, we call Transportation Intelligence System. It's not just traditional highway construction or freeway, those kind of issue, okay? Involve application of operation research, communications, sensors, and traffic flow theories and simulations. It's an integration of communication technology and advanced mathematical models and traditional transportation courses integrate together for real-world applications. We are not just publish paper, okay? We publish a lot of papers, but everyone want to be sure it's implemented and can be used to solve real-world problems, okay? All this project I'm going to present to you now, 25, only one was not done by my group, okay? All those projects were done by my research lab, okay? So if you have any questions, you're welcome to ask me, okay? And Ocean City is one who have been operated the system for more than 10 years. Here just present you some additional information not covered in the video. Every project will have video, but the video take a lot of size of memory, so I only bring one as an example. If you are interested, you can go onto our website. We have all the video presentations. So mostly cover those 4 areas: monitoring, management, evacuation system, and incident management system. You may question why we talk about evacuation. The background is, Homeland Security. After September 11, United States have a new department called Homeland Security System, and they worry about the potential attack. So in every major cities, they dump in a lot of money. So they want to study 2 issues. One, in case some terrorist attack, how to evacuate. Another area is hurricane. If you have a hurricane attack, how are you going to quickly, efficiently evacuate all your populations? If you remember New Orleans case, okay, hurricane comes and the entire New Orleans was merged in the waters. That's the reason they offer a lot of money. So we use their money, but evacuation emergency usually not happen. We don't want it to happen too. So take the opportunities. We develop the system. That's why you can see a lot of study called evacuation systems, which is mostly transportation issues. Okay, you can see this introduction of the Ocean City. You have seen some from the video. And this area, if you got opportunity to go to Washington, D.C., you may want to visit. It's a summer popular beautiful beach. In the winter, just about 2,000 to 5,000 people. But in summer, can go up to 250,000 or 300,000 people. If you have some special event, could go higher. Okay, so a lot of summer traffic causing a lot of traffic problem. Okay, and also in here, this is island, Ocean City. Okay, you go up here, it's called Atlantic City. It's one of the eastern shores, Las Vegas. Okay, you guys know gambling. That will be a popular place. Okay, so those are the areas covered by the eastern shore. We have a total 43 microwave sensors. Okay, use solar panels, wireless communication between the eastern shore and my lab, which take about 3.5 hours. So it's quite far away from my lab. Some of you guys has been in my lab. Okay, and the data is coming every 30-second interval. Come to the control center in my lab. Okay. And this is the design. You see, we don't use the fixed wire because fixed wire is very expensive. Second, you lose the flexibility to move around. So mobility is a kind of issue because this come originally as a research project. Start from 10 sensors, and then 10 become 20, it become 30, become 40. Now they want to expand. I don't want to do it. I told them I'm going to retire soon. Okay, so don't increase. Okay, so right now we have 43 sensors. So very quickly you can assemble the system. This is a trailer. Put the battery here, solar panel, and sensor mounted here. So you can easily assemble one and do your own study experiment. Okay, with the wireless communication, you don't need to ask the city or state to give you a permission to construct a fixed wire line. And this system has been operated up to this year is about 14 years. Okay, so quite long. Okay, but it's come to a time some of the trailer need to be replaced. Okay, here the website. Okay, give you some informations. But the point is to share with you is an ITSA system in general called Advanced Transportation Systems, you need one information. Information in the early stage coming from sensor. Now it's different. Later on I will show you now a lot of sensors, traffic information not coming from sensor, coming from your cell phone, or coming from Bluetooth, or coming from GPS information system. Okay. Of course, those information you need to be approved by the user to use such informations. So the purpose here is try to provide accurate information during the evacuation or number of vehicles in the evacuation area or actual distribution of vehicles over time each route. So same as our control center in the freeway bureau or any cities, typically they have sensors to know what are the current traffic conditions, which involve speed, density, and volume, or called flow rate. Okay. A sensor covers all the major routes for incident management and for evacuation purpose. The reason we emphasize evacuation, this here is evaluation, okay, is money is coming from the evacuation agency, okay. And this is our website, okay. Here you can see every sensor, which one number here, which one speed or volume is working or not. We do not display occupancy because most people do not know how to use occupancy. Occupancy is for traffic engineer to use, okay. So here you can see, for example, not available immediately, no, okay. In the winter, particularly after the major snow, then at one night you can see 5 or 10 now working, okay. But this kind of system very easy to fix. One night is not working, second night is completely working, okay. But we design a system, any of those 3 sensors, if not working, then they'll send a message to my assistant's cell phone, okay. So we'll remind my assistant is not working. My assistant will call the on-site company to do a maintenance. Here's for travel time study. If you remember in the presentation, this is a typical textbook example because one is freeway, one is arterial. And freeway and arterial have different functions. Arterial have intersections, freeway have no intersections. So in a textbook, when you study route choice problem, a traffic assignment problem, equilibrium problem, this is a textbook example set for us to do a lot of study. Show you detected data, historical data too, okay? And this area, because we do a lot of study here, as you can see, the major route come over here and divert into 2 routes. One is freeway, one is local arterial. Both go to Ocean City. So in the summer weekend, so many cars queue here, and here you face the problem, route choice problem, okay? Which way you can go? You go freeway, faster but more traffic, it could be more congested. You go local arterial, have intersections, you can go to a shopping or go to eating, but may take longer. But you never know, sometimes local arterial actually shorter. So you're in this situation, you have to make a decision. And that's exactly in textbook case. You have 2 utility functions, and which one you're going to choose, okay? And then you find out that when you actually making a decision, you don't use utility function, okay? Even though you study a lot, okay? If you want to experience, then you can come during the summer, okay? Summer, typically, up to this point, we have a VM sign here and provide you a travel time in each route. You make your decision, but the travel time will update every minute because immediately after 1 minute could be different. A large batch of the cars take one route will make it congested because freeway only have 2 lanes. Here, detect information. When you place detector, no matter where you go, you work for a city or a state or government, you need to know whether the sensor is working or not. Otherwise, you go to visit a lot of the traffic control center. They show you a lot of sensor, but they don't know whether the sensor is working or not. Okay. So we want to have a detailed information, whether the sensor is working or not, whether they display the speed and information is correct or not. Okay. Having information does not mean it's correct. Okay, this is a comparison. You can see volume speed map. Here travel time informations. We also have an open database, so you can always go back to your database to check your travel time at different departure time. Why we use this information? Because in the summer, a lot of people go to the beach, okay, especially during the break or summer, we call Memorial Day or those long weekends. So you can go on to check a different departure time, different sensor condition, and also give you a different travel time condition, okay. And another application is for evacuation purpose. We can see if we, over the past 40 years, we only have one actual evacuation. Luckily, okay, we don't complain. But evacuation is very interesting to know. One called the advisory evacuation period. One's mandatory evacuation period. Advisory means we tell you a hurricane is coming. Please go away. Don't stay in the Ocean City area. Ocean City is really in the ocean. Okay. Mandatory means you really have to go, and they force you to go. Then the study comes. If you review those papers, you have found out a lot of people study how travel or travelers will respond to the orders. In other words, when you provide information to the driving population, tell them hurricane is coming, how many people are going to respond to your request during the first period? That's going to dictate what? Your demand response function, if you want to put it in simulation. Right now, we don't know how demand function looks like. You assume driver is going to start most people are going to follow you, or most people are not going to follow you. And this is actual evacuation. We track individual vehicles over those sensors, and we prove that in this advisory period, most people don't listen to you. They don't believe that is true or actually coming, or say, okay, let other people go first, okay. Then everybody wait for the last moment, okay. And give us a lesson. So we advise the government shorten the advisory period and increase the mandatory period, because most people are not going to take advantage of the advisory period. Most of traffic will be congested in the evacuation period. And that's become a problem, because 250,000 people are going to evacuate during the short time period. Could be, here's 300,000, could become a bottleneck, okay. Could have what? Accident too, okay. Here's, you see the before and after period. The evacuation example. I don't want to go detail, but just tell you, transportation is such an important system, closely related to all kind of activity in the real world life. You should be proud of to be a transportation engineer. Indeed, make yourself become a valuable partner for the society, rather than think about transportation seems not very interesting and trying to change it to different job. Okay, I know many of you graduate and working on non-transportation area. You can create a job opportunity. Okay, and this to show you applications during the evacuations. And this is to show you number of vehicles change Ocean City during evacuation in different routes. We track all different route information. So with such a monitoring system, if no emergency, you can use the system for traffic management. If any emergency happen, you can use the information for monitoring evacuation. And this reminded me about Taiwan's case. Remember, Taiwan have 2 nuclear powers, actually almost going to 3, right? In the close to Keelung, right? Taipei area. Have you thought about if there's something happen, how are you going to evacuate? 3.5 million, right? Taipei, almost 3 million population to evacuate in a short time period. I don't believe we have those evacuation plans actually work. They only evacuate very small area close to the nuclear power plant. That's not big enough, okay? If you're going to evacuate entire population from Taipei, theoretically it should be up to what? Up to Taoyuan, past Taoyuan to be safe. If you more conservative person, you may want to escape to Hsinchu, okay? I don't think we have an evacuation plan, I tell you. I have reviewed those plans mostly just around the, very close to the subnetwork, close to the nuclear power plant. I don't think that's not the issue, okay? Hopefully it never happen. But just happen one time, the society is going to pay very, very high cost. And it may take a long, long time to recover. That's why even though we invest so much money, over the past 14 years, only one evacuation, but we are so happy. And they continue to invest the money to the system, okay? And system maintenance gives you an idea, okay? I used to think that Chiao University should be able to establish your own system, okay? Put some of those systems for students to play around. And this is the system maintenance. We do our own maintenance too, okay? Daily maintenance, monthly maintenance, okay? This is the condition in good shape. But you know, sometimes put on roadside. Last month we just have one hit by a drunken driver, okay? Driver gets drunk, hit, something happened, so you have to go to do a maintenance job, replace. But make sure your student know how to put solar panel, wireless connection together, and then with the sensor, you also have to calibrate sensor to make sure the information is correct. So your hand-on experience will help you understand how to use the system properly. Also create new job opportunities too, okay? This is a travel time prediction system. We have a separate paper in one of my online courses to talk about travel time predictions, okay? Certainly you have many different approaches for travel time predictions. This only uses a sensor to predict. Now you can use a apps, cell phone system, driver's cell phone as a supplementary information. Or tomorrow or Wednesday I will present one Bluetooth applications. But not perfect, but there's some new application. The reason is many areas may not have a sensor. You have a sensor, you may not know how to do a maintenance. Okay, so they start to think about to use the GPS and cell phone system to replace, not completely, it should say supplemental system for the sensor system. And this are actual VMS display. Travel time to where, okay, to where. Remember, this is a study too, okay? If you have any class on the discrete choice behavior, I think some of your faculty teach this class. I also invite one of my colleagues. She has been here to teach this class. So if you study discrete choice behavior and study the information theory, here's area for you to test information. What information you should provide to the driver to ensure the two routes approximate equal level of congestion? You can never tell them the actual travel time, okay? If you tell them actual travel time, driver usually switch too quickly. So let's say you want the 40% driver use the freeway, 60% drivers use arterial. Then how do you achieve that purpose with the proper information given and update every time interval? Information quite different. If your information display, say US 50 is very congested, I tell you 100% people are going to use another route. Okay, so you can play around the information to affect driver's choice. And here is the test bed we used to do experiment. Of course, you got to be very careful, okay? If you manipulate too much, driver found out, then you got a lot of complaints. You'll be in trouble, okay? So what you can do is, your travel time may be 23 minutes, but you tell them your travel time is 28 minutes because you want inference then, because there's safety margin. Because once they found out one route is short, then they may change immediately, and then will be what? Over congested. So you may give it what? Some safety margin. But what would be a safety margin? You don't know. You have to go through experiment or not. We will publish one paper in TRB, just the study of how we manipulate information to affect the driving population's route choice. And result found out with proper manipulation, you will indeed produce more throughput. Of course, in the paper, your student always present good result, right? So many days results are not good, they don't present. They only present 1 week, which come out better result to publish, okay? But just tell you there's a potential to use information. For example, Taiwan's first freeway number 1, right? And freeway number 3, in the major holiday, you always have a problem, okay? Which route you should choose, okay? And where you should change the route, which interchange you can change the route. So Freeway Bureau indeed has opportunity to provide information to influence the driver's choice, rather than just use cost. They typically use cost to charge you to influence your route choice behavior, okay? So information is one. If you are interested on the driver behavior or travel behavior, information and discrete choice are the 2 major areas you can study. Okay? This is our license plate system. Okay, we also have in our lab we have a license plate recognition system to check the actual travel time. You know the travel time actually is what? It's based on the point measurement. It's based on all the detectors. A detector actually just tell you that particular point, speed, and flow rate, and density. But point speed mostly inconsistent with the segment speed. So you call a spot speed, spot mean speed, and space mean speed. Okay. So in order for you to predict actual travel time, you need the actual information. So when we validate our model, we also install the license plate system. We have our own trailer. We have 2 license plate cameras, which is the best quality from Israel. They use the license plate to catch terrorists, okay, catch your face features. So very precise to capture the license plate to provide the actual travel time. This is a travel time information system capture, okay. Of course, it provide the information is useful to the drivers. But now we are experimenting, try to ask driver to feedback. We create an app system and tell driver, if you want to know your travel time in the Ocean City, okay, log in, join the club. And then if he agrees to join the club, we automatically feed him the travel time information. And we also use his location. He personally has GPS location. So we can track his location, his speed, as another input to our system. Just show you with the information without information system, indeed increase the throughput. Okay, about 490 increase in the throughput with the proper manipulation of the travel information systems. Here's some evaluations. Evaluation very important is to know where are the potential bottleneck area. Because during the evacuation, it may not be evacuation, that's applied to the major holiday too. Of course, major holiday, perhaps you can wait for congestion for 1 hour, queue on the freeway. But evacuation, no. Because you know you wait, you're going to die, okay? You know you're going to die, what are you going to do? You're going to run, okay? So evacuation is usually accompanied with what? Accident. Okay, that's a problem. So you got to know where are the potential bottleneck location. So the police, we call law enforcement, only have a limited manpower. They can only stay at some bottleneck area. So we need to pre-plan all the possible scenarios, and then once something actually happens, you don't have time to run the simulation. You can only based on detected condition and to find out which scenario most close to your actual system and take that systems to implement. In the meantime, run your system to come back to modify or to feedback, okay? And you have seen from the videos, that's basically the same as the videos. We have online system. Online is for real-time simulation evaluation. Offline is for a pre-planned purpose, okay? In any major movement, major evacuation, or major, for example, China have October 1, 1 week major holiday, okay? That's in this world, the biggest, largest traffic movement. And you need to have a pre-plan first, and also have a real-time online application to dynamically adjust to your actual condition, okay? Same as evacuation, you need to have all kinds of plan. Different plan, you may need different devices, devices or system to support your operations. Here's, see, you have so many target area, what you want to find out, okay? Let's just show you the simulation result or real-time display result. Of course, you know where the bottleneck area, how would be a condition. For example, see after 1 hour, after 2 hours, where it's going to be a congested, okay? After 6 hours, where will be congestion. So this offline. And online will tell you where, offline tell you where are those bottleneck area. So you know those are most likely to be a bottleneck. And bottleneck is most likely to have an accident. So you have to be ready. You have the tow trucks and all the law enforcement has to be there. And that's always happen, okay? Even during the summer long weekends. So identify bottleneck is one of the applications. So if you look at the system, I am no position try to exaggerate my system, but just let you know, given such a system, it's a transportation job, okay? See how many different how many type of the you say your expertise or your discipline can be applied here. You need to know network. You need to know simulation. You can be good at sensor. You can be good at information. Okay, and those all can be applied here. As actually, we also have a traffic engineering work during these bottleneck points. You have to convert some intersections or some freeway on-ramp into shoulder lane into the actual operation lane. Or you found out the left turn is a bottleneck area, and how do you reconfigure the lane assignment to facilitate traffic? You also have a traffic engineering problem here, okay? In the bottleneck area, you have to convert, because in the evacuation, mostly will be what? One-way traffic, okay? We reserve only one part of the one lane from one direction for the emergency operation vehicle to go back to the emergency area. So, but mostly will be one-way traffic. So are different from most of the two-way traffic conditions. So you may want to convert some of the opposing lanes into your evacuation lanes. Here's an example. You know the traffic conditions, so you know how to convert traffic. You can change here, and those should be a pre-designed. Okay, you cannot wait the evacuation and try to change the geometrical location of the lanes. Here's online evacuation. Online is the purpose. If the actual operation, those evacuees or drivers, they may not follow your suggestion, or some follow your suggestion. Some will not follow your suggestion. Depending on how many people do not follow your suggestion, your result will be different. Your bottleneck could be different. That's why we need a sensor detector to get those actual information and feed back to your simulation and re-simulate to see your detect traffic condition consistent with your simulated condition or not, and consistent with your pre-planned condition or not. So you can revise and modify. And also you have two types of demand. One is traveler, one is a resident in those areas. And depending on your estimate, those residents, they also have to evacuate. Usually, for example, in evacuation, we have one called concurrent evacuation. Means, for example, all people in this area should start to evacuate at 8 a.m. Then everybody going to leave now. But that sometimes creates a problem, because all we want to evacuate at the same time period. Then unless you regulate traffic properly unless the total evacuate volume below the capacity. Otherwise, most likely you're going to have bottleneck. So the other way around is called stage evacuation. Means you divide the whole area into 7 zones. And zone 1 evacuate first, zone 1 second, zone 3 third, okay? That's called stage, different starting time, different evacuation. So for example, you wanted this zone 1 to evacuate first. Zone 2 can evacuate, move in after zone 1 just ready to go out. Okay? So that's very important to know when should be your starting time for different evacuation group. Otherwise, the first group has not moved out, the second group already come, and then it will cause a problem. Our first group already moved out, is empty, and second group has not moved yet. Then you will cause anxiety and causing panic. Okay, but to fully utilize capacity, in general, you need a so-called stage evacuation. Okay, otherwise capacity will not be sufficient. So then that's leading to another study. How do you divide the entire evacuation area into 7 zones? For example, if you want to evacuate Taipei City, which area should start first? If you let entire Taipei metropolitan resident to evacuate concurrently, I guarantee nobody going to move out. You know how many freeway and what the capacity per lane per hour, right? Will be what? It will be just a great luck, okay? Then you want to, let's say, based on the emergency information, all the population have to evacuate within 3 hours, then or 5 hours. This is another study. We have another study. If a hurricanes, they tell you how many hours you have to evacuate. If another study in Washington D.C., if we have a 30-bomb attack, later on we have one project to show you. Assuming that 30 bomb, you know 30 bomb, right? Radiation bomb attack in Washington D.C. And based on that day's weather condition, the Homeland Security will tell you which area, how many minutes you have to evacuate from this area. So you have to base on the time window to evacuate all those population. Okay, then this leads to what problem? Lead to you study route choice problem. You study the traffic assignment problem. You know the traveling sales problem. It is time window problem. You have to deliver your product within certain time window. That's UPS issue. But in this case, you have to get rid of those people within time window, okay? You still have a time window, okay? So a lot of transportation problem, if you realize applications, they all are useful, okay? And in this application, typically, you define the so-called shorter area, safety area. I have some other application to show you later in the Washington, D.C. You know which area is safe. You want to define by what time you let how many people to which destination. Otherwise, everybody go to the same destination. Again, going to cause the congestion problem. Okay. So if come to a congestion, come to a holiday, most decision makers realize how important transportation to them, right? Most time they don't care about transportation. Government not worried about transportation. But when the new year comes, Spring Festival comes, they all talk about transportation. But they all remember how important transportation. But they all forget quickly after the holidays gone. Right? And next year we'll worry again. Huh? You have to let those guys know how important you are, okay? Okay, here's the information allocation to do a simulation. These are the 2 major routes. One way is if you make your study become useful and apply in the real world operations, then decision makers certainly going to pay more attention. If your work only publish paper, nobody knows where you publish paper, nobody use your material, certainly will not be important, okay? So I hope you guys keep in mind, even a small project, you should focus on the potential application of your work. And then you have a better job opportunities. Here's the result of the simulation and the evacuation operation. Remember, traffic simulation is different. Traffic simulation is two-way traffic. And you have all different origin, all different destination. Evacuation, usually you have origins, but given destinations. Right? You don't let people go anywhere. You always tell them where are the safe place to go. Okay. The third presentation, I will show you the Baltimore evacuation systems. Okay, this is all system, and those all done by my student. Okay, no professional. That's all by my student over the year. Of course, sometimes take 2 to 3 years to get the system done. Maybe 1 or 2 PhD and 1 programmer work together. Okay, you already see the video, so I quickly go over here to show you. This is the one already showing in the video. Try to, if given the incident, you want to know how long the incident duration is going to be. For example, in the Taiwan freeway, if any accident happen, incident cover accident, and for example, stationary vehicle, your car break down. Okay, that's all called incident. Okay, accident means that 2 cars crash or you something hit other infrastructural components. So if any incident happens, we want to first know how long it takes to clear. So there's incident duration prediction system. For example, if you drive your car on the freeway, then you found out the accident. In general, most places, you don't know how long you got to wait, right? If you don't know how long you got to wait, if I have a variable message saying, say, accident ahead, please use the route 1, not route 1 here. In our area called route 1, this area called maybe freeway, we also call route 1, right? Freeway detour to route 1. They're not going to, nobody going to follow. How do you know you divert to route 1? You will be better. You're not sure, right? You may get off the route 1, found out freeway already moving, okay? And that's the reasons you cannot take advantage of the traffic management strategy. So the important function is, any incident happen, should be able to predict how long it takes to clear the incident. Unfortunately, our freeway bureaus never able to get job done, okay? So you think about it to tell you, okay, you're going to, the operator going to take 2 hours to clear accident. Of course, you're going to get off the highway, right? Get off the freeway. It'll tell you 10 minutes, of course, you're going to stay. But they don't tell you what you're going to do. Well, just do your best estimate and play around with your cell phone, talk to your friend. So the symptom is anything happen in minor incident, you will detect the cell phone messaging come out dramatically at that location. So that's I also use as what? One of the potential information to detect potential incident. Everybody have a cell phone. If anything car slow down, everybody start to call, okay? That is one area. So if any of you are interested, I think that's one of the good term projects. How to predict incident durations, all kind of incident. Does not need to be a complex models, okay? Remember, if your problem identified clearly and collected good data, even a simple model can be useful. Certainly you want to publish a paper, you want to embellish your model to be more complex, look like you're knowledgeable, but properly identify issue and get real good data is the one way to come out the prediction. For example, if you collect information, if 1 car accident and nobody died, usually take how long to clear the accident? You can have this information. Certainly that's by location. If the accident happened, freeway number 3 could be different. May take a long time for a car to, a tow truck to clear, right? You happen close to the Taipei metropolitan, could be very quickly. So you collect those information, you know the approximate information, and you still can provide the models. Okay? Even with the simple rule basis, if and then, those kind of rule basis model can provide useful information. Unfortunately, some of the traffic bureau, they think that's difficult, that cannot be done, or they don't care, I don't know. Usually they don't give you information. They worry about, oh, if I give you information, if it's not reliable, will you complain or not? I tell you, our answer is we can never have a 100% precise information. But as a traffic professionals, you want to make sure my information may not be perfect, but always be useful to you. And some improvement for the operation efficiency, or to minimize your anxiety or concern, or your help your decision. Travel are reasonable. If your information useful may not be 100% accurate, they won't complain, tell you, okay? All travel is already so nice, never complain, huh? Okay, this is a set of information. It detects location. Right now, we don't study the instant detection. 20 years ago, instant detection used to be a very hot area. So even now, some dumb people, okay, still try to study instant detection issue, okay. I would advise you don't do anymore unless you have something creative. Because now cell phone, all the information is so popular. Your system may be able to detect, but the potential false alarm is so high, so it does not justify to use the high false alarm system, okay? So instant detect usually called by drivers or automatically, for example, we have a fully automatic toll collection system. That also helps to know whether the potential incident or not, or potential bottleneck congestion or not. But mostly based on, in our case, mostly 90% got called by the drivers, or not the person create accident, is someone call in, okay? Or we have a patrols on the highway during the peak hour to detect traffic condition. So once you detect incident area or bottleneck area, then your system can log in, immediately identify where the location is, okay, which directions, and then how far from the upstream downstreams interchange, and based on those informations, which directions, okay, next, what times, day of incident, time of the incident, the nature of the incident, collision, or fatality or not. Usually fatality or not is one factor. Nobody die, nobody injured, then will be quickly. So we have a system. Historic information means you don't use a model, just based on historical data. Take an average, talk about 41 minutes. If based on our models, we take into account of the weather condition. For example, a snow day may take a longer time, okay? A rainy day may take a longer time to clear the accident. We predict 48 minutes. And the operator, we don't make decision for the operator based on those two information, decide what would be the information, because our model may not capture all the factors. Okay? That's the reality we have to admit, okay? No model is perfect. You do in the paper is fine. You assume all those conditions, assume all the data available. In real world system, you always missing some important data. So we always have to develop our system under uncertainties, okay? So decision maker will decide, okay, 45 minutes, okay, then run this estimation to know how long will it take to clear the incident, and what would be the impact area due to the incident. Then you can provide information to drivers, say, okay, by what time the congestion will spill back to which area, then you know whether to get on the freeway or not. For example, if you may be at home, listen to the radio, say there's accident on freeway number 1. If you don't know how long it takes to clear, you may still choose to get on the freeway number 1 and try to come to Hsinchu. Sometimes you think, oh, by the time I get down the freeway, the traffic should be clear. Unfortunately, by the time you get here, maybe still queue, right? Okay, so that's the way. If you have all the informations, then we can let driver know the time-dependent queue evolution. We call spatial and temporal evolution of queue. Queue shockwave increase and comes back. Okay, so you know when it goes expand and when will be clear. We call dissipation. Okay, And then you know, okay, don't join the freeway. Don't you see on the freeway have an accident, but driver keep coming, right? You see the accident already there. How come so many people still get on the freeway? That's a lot, because they don't know, or they think the accident will be clear. If I don't get on, I will be queuing longer. Unfortunately, you are contributing to the queue, okay? And this is our system, get all the informations and come out this information to then display it, let them know how long will be a queue, how far will it be the queue, how long will be the delay times, and different speed, different route, and driver can make their decision and choice, okay? And this is show the impact area, how long the queue going to be, okay? See, time goes by, queue go over here. So if you travel over at this point, then you have to estimate when you're going to reach here, whether you're going to join the queue or before the queue come over here, you already change your route, okay? So that is very important to provide the driver with the queue informations. And this information is fundamental to any traffic management. That's a problem I have with many countries, include our beloved countries' traffic system. They put a sensor everywhere, but never use sensor information to let driver get a better decision, a better information, okay? They only give you a color, okay? That's all they do. Okay, so you can see by the time the maximum queue will be here. And after this time period, the queue will be what? Start to reduce, okay? And this also justify what? Only you base on the queue evolution information. Then you know whether you should advise driver to do a detour operation or not. Because detour operation in the paper sounds easy, you just detour. But in actual real operation, it's very time consuming and need a lot of manpower. So unless you can justify the benefit, then you don't do the detour operation. Same as in some evacuation, we call the reverse lane operation. It's easy in the paper to say, oh, I assign one more lane from the outbound into an inbound. But in reality, you reverse one lane, need a proper separation, regulation of the lane. And then you reverse same link. And same link you do not reverse, it may create what? Artificial bottleneck. For example, freeway here, you allow them to use a 4 lane. And then after 2 miles, you come back to use 2 lanes. Then if you don't smooth the transition area, you could create artificial bottleneck, okay? Anyway, those are the applications, so you need to do cost-beneficial analysis, okay? See whether detour operation is really beneficial to the driver or not. In Taiwan's major holidays or long weekends, we do have these issues. I personally have experienced, I cannot catch my flight, okay, to the airport, okay. Just you need to know whether you stay on the freeway or take a detour route, if they give you proper information. But the detour operation different from letting driver making the route choice. Detour operation means the freeway bureau need to provide proper guidance all the way, particularly at every turning point. Used to be when I was involved in some of the projects for Chinese New Year's travel plan, you found out many drivers, they don't want to stay away from the freeway because once they detour, they get lost, okay? And actually you found out from the satellite image or the information, 2 freeways so congested, but they said what, Western Shore, we still have the same route. Actually it's not congested at all if you know how to take those routes. Unfortunately, the sign is not clear. The turning point and no guidance. So you get lost. You don't want to take advantage. You want to take a risk, okay? So that's detour operation is fully on the shoulder of the freeway bureaus. But route choice, so step 1, just provide information for driver to do a route choice. Step 2, you justify the need of, justify benefit and cost is from the society, social benefit and cost point of view, okay? They needed to do detour operation. Then you have to what? It's the traffic operation agent's responsibility to provide proper information and guidance at every critical point. These two are two different levels. Okay, here this is our graphic display. See, we all come out the BC radio, all those 4 indicators, okay, and tell you whether or not we recommend you to take a detour route. Okay, in summary, this is Eastern Shore system. I'll get down here, okay? So this provides you a supplemental information for the Ocean City one. Hopefully this one will give you some information. Transportation is not a boring job. To me, transportation is a very interesting job. Okay, here's another one. Give you a general introduction of some of the ITS recent development. But keep in mind, in developed country, the most advanced ITS system may not be useful to you, okay? May not be useful to developing country. So when you try to apply any system in your country, got to be most practical, useful system rather than the most advanced system. Most advanced system usually very expensive or mostly for what? Research purpose. So if someday you become an important person, try to spend the money in some of the practical, useful, most cost-benefit system rather than the most advanced system. Unfortunately, the businessmen from the developed country always try to promote so-called the most advanced system, but some of the system has never been tested. Okay, give you some idea about ITS intelligent transport system background. ITS history in the United States, Eastern Shore I already showed you, okay? And give you some idea about urban traffic control centers functions and some of the recent ITS development they call kinetic vehicles. Actually, they call, in the 20 years ago, 1991, called the automatic freeway system, okay? It's the same idea restarted again. I don't completely follow this one, okay? But the ITS coming from where? The idea coming from, you know, United States have what? Have a nationwide freeway network system. And the freeway network system was initiated after World War II. Okay, during the Cold War, President Eisenhower tried to persuade Congress we need the nationwide highway freeway system in case during the war between the United States and Russia, then we have some transportation system can effectively deploy our troops anywhere. So use that as an excuse to start the freeway construction. And then over the almost 40 years period, they completed at the around late, close to the 1992, almost 1991, the entire United States, every state's freeway network was completed at that time. So before the freeway system entirely completed, then transportation engineers start to worry about what should we do after we all complete the freeway system. So if you study, if you are old enough in 1980s, 1990s, most of the freeway transportation engineers study mostly on the highway side. Material, pavement, basically traffic engineering. Not much about the advanced integration with other areas. Only very few researchers from the GM lab, Robert Herman, those people start to study some of the traffic flow theory. But most of the research in those major universities are in pavement and traffic engineering. So if you look at the literature before. So from 1988 or 1980s, transportation professionals get together and say, okay, we need to think about something. So they start to have a dream, say, what would be after we have all the highways? We no longer devote our resource on constructions. Then what can we do? Okay, what should we do? What will be the system in year 2020? And that's the reason all get together, start to have a called Mobility 2000, okay? That's the first idea. And then start to evolve to ITS. So this is very early in the GM lab, those researchers started the electrical route guidance system, but was not successful. Part of the reason is the satellite information was not that advanced, and also the information available for transportation application is not ready. Okay, for example, 1989 to 1992, that was beginning period of the ITS. We all have done those route navigation system with the GPS, but that time the GPS was not that precisely open to the general public. So a lot of time you get to the intersection, you have not got to the intersection, they already ask you to turn, or they ask you to turn after you pass the intersection. So up to 1996, 97, Department of Defense started to release those GPS information, satellite information, in the higher precision. Then we start to use the GPS route guidance become successfully. Okay, so a lot is a satellite information system problem. So in 1980s, 85 started and to 89, we talk about the mobility 2000 as an issue. Okay. And from Mobility 2000 evolved to what? Called IVHS here, okay? Intelligent Vehicle Highway Society America, okay? Become IVHS. And from 89, 91, the Federal Department of Transportation and Congress passed a law called Intermodal Service Transportation, called IST. It's the first law push every state, push federal government to start to investigate potential strategy to alleviate the congestions, to minimize the potential future congestion on the highway systems. But that time, transportation guys are mostly on the highways, okay, mostly on highway. I didn't write down here. And that time, IVHS includes those areas: advanced traffic management system, advanced traffic information system, and advanced public transport system, okay, and AVC, advanced vehicle automatic control system, and that's mostly on the automatic highways. So nowadays you see the connected vehicles actually coming from the this part, AVCS, okay. In 1995 to 96, we already completed the entire freeway in this and demonstrated in the San Diego I-5 highways. You can get on the freeway and hand-free automatic driving on the freeway. But that time after completed, no state want to adopt. Why? One, driver say no fun. I drive on the freeway. I don't need to use my hand. Even I use my hand, maybe mess up. So it's no fun to drive on the highway. Second, they worry about responsibility. If I let automatic highway lead my car and have accident, then who's going to pay? My problem or state problem or insurance agent's problem. Okay, so that time, proved technology is successful, but was not popular. Later on, we'll talk about connected vehicles, and that is the recent application. It's all the technology coming from here, except sensors more advanced, okay? And now we call ITS, is actually on the second law, we call NEXT, next generation. My student didn't put it here. Because the other mode complain. So how come you only say highway? We are transit system. And also more and more concerned on the fuel consumption energy issue. So change the title from IVHS to ITS, Intelligent Transportation Systems. Actually, this term is Taiwan start first. Okay, 1991, I helped one professor in Taiwan University organize ITS workshop. We started with Intelligent Transportation System. And second year, United States changed the title too, okay? Try to cover more modes. But so now you can find out ITS cover everything except what? fly in the sky, okay? Aviation. Otherwise, everything covered in ITS. When you need the money, you need a budget, you always tell your sponsor, tell your boss, that's IVH, intelligent. Some actually not intelligent at all. Some are quite dumb system, okay? Anyway, but that is a way, first step for traditional transportation engineer, most of them from civil engineer, to expand to what? Include IEEE, computer science, economic, behavior, and other areas. So transportation become more and more focused on management side rather than on the construction side approach. So that's a key idea. And ITS allow transportation to expand from the traditional civil engineering to more system engineers, okay? More systems approach include all the discipline in the engineering school and start to include more on the business school too, okay? Okay, the second part I want to talk about some of the urban traffic control centers, the key components. So give you guys have some better idea, and that is essential knowledge for anyone graduate from transportation program nowadays, okay? One is the roadside traffic monitoring system, urban control center. You need a roadside traffic monitoring system. And the purpose is what? To let you know the flow rate, speed, or queue length. Urban areas different, okay? And those ones at intersections typically know the queue length. Another type in the middle of the link, we call system detector, mostly try to know the speed and flow rate, okay? Because flow rate put at the intersection will not be accurate because car is not moving there, right? As it says, flow rate defined as what? Number of vehicles per lane per hour. But the car is not moving, then you don't know the flow rate, okay? Just to let you know, you need some idea about what are the major components, okay? I believe some of you never study pavement anymore, right? So nowadays, transportation, you don't cover the pavement. Used to be pavement design, flexible pavement, reach the pavement. That's a very, very important subject in transportation engineering. But now we all move into the sensor area, system area, control area. Okay, you need a multi-function control center should cover what? One traffic management module, okay? Can dynamic display modules, data inventory module. Dynamic display module means try to display informations, okay? You have decision support module for signal control VMS. You also need incident detection, response, and guidance modules. For example, you design a signal for Taipei City. Give a 80 seconds for Zhongxiaodonglu maybe, okay, eastbound, westbound. But what happened? Zhongxiaodonglu have an accident and block 3 lanes. But nowadays, our signal still what? Still give green time, okay? If you don't believe it, go to the Guangfu Lu to try. You block the street, have accident. And they still give you, a car cannot move, but still, the signal still give you what? Green time, okay? That's continue to happen. So what the purpose? That's not intelligent at all. That should be simple. You know, the block, and you cannot move, okay? Give the green time to other direction, okay? So you need a way detect, if you don't detect, but you should response and guidance change your signal system, okay? You need to have emergency response and management modules. Emergency is not necessary to be evacuation. Anything happen to be a major accident. Should be able to receive the GPS or cell phone information for your travel information modules. Okay, so quickly give you a general idea about responsive traffic signal control system. You need to be responsive. If nowadays you cannot continue use a dumb system, okay, called pre-timed systems. A responsive can have different levels. Not necessarily so-called adaptive signal control. Basically, just say your system has ability to respond to major incident. The truly adaptive control is pay attention to every decision making. Means every signal phase changing. You compare the information from 4 different approaches to decide what will be the best timing. Okay, so they're making the decision at every small increment time That's really adaptive control. But responsive system not necessary. You can respond to only, you can predefine what would be the major incident, okay? So for response traffic signal control system, you can have centralized or decentralized signal network. Centralized means what? See, all the decision makings, powers, function, centralized at what? Control center. So control center has the power to send the instruction, make all the decision, change the signal timing or change the phase or not. Decentralized means the intelligence or decision-making power is given to what? At either intersection or arterial level. For example, the major arterial, I can have a local control center, we call local control module, in charge of the route 1, okay, 10 intersections. Those 10 intersections, if anything happens, there's one major computer at the roadside can make decision how to change the signal phase, how to change the signal timing, only for those 10 intersections. Okay, that's called decentralized basis. And the advantage is less commuting costs and more responsive to local conditions. So the popular system called SCAT, promoted by Australians, use this kind of concept. And it's understandable, let's say a major city, which now has become bigger and bigger, and no reason for all the information centralized to the control center. If you ever go to a control center, you will see so many TV, right? And the more the TV they show, they are more advanced. That's the way they demonstrate. But think about the human factor point of view. We call human factor point of view. You have so many TVs. Which way are you going to pay attention? The conclusion is not pay attention, okay? Unless someone gives you alarms. Really difficult to make even you want to make decisions, it's not easy. Freeway is relatively fun because freeways it's a continuous segment. Intersection is all parallel and everywhere, okay? You ask them, if they tell you honestly, nobody pay attention, except if they have alarm to save major accident, if they have that kind of function. So theoretically, in the early stage, you need a 3 levels. Some level of the decision should be given to what? A local level. So that's why we have a centralized or decentralized signal network, okay? If you have modern days signal system, you want to have one bus-based signal progression. Has not been done, but is ongoing and become popular, particularly in the developing countries. They use a lot of buses, not in the United States, okay? United States always develop a theory and never implement, okay? You can see United States dump a lot of money doing the research, try to help all the professors not losing job, okay? We don't have that serious congestion problem. We don't have that many buses. But again, it's become important now try to talk about greenhouse impact, green transportation. If we pay attention, the recent trend in the worldwide transportation start to focus on one safety issue. One is what? Green transportation. What kind of transportation can minimize the greenhouse impact? Because congestion, not much you can do, okay? People think about congestion, is if it reach the capacity level, the improvement is very small. For example, given the route choice, instead of minimize congestion, I can choose the route for you to minimize your stop, minimize the number of stops, which in a way transfer into minimize the fuel consumption and so-called greenhouse impact, okay? And now they call green travel, okay? We always create a terminology to find a way to publish a paper, okay? I will tell you another project later. It used to be a dilemma zone control project, now extension to speed harmonization, okay? Harmonization means smooth speed, okay? How to smooth the speed? Dilemma zone, most of you guys know, right? If you got the signals, then you either stop or go. You cannot stop or cannot go. What's happened? Well, I have 2 more projects going on. One successful, then state wanted me to do 2 more. So the idea is, okay, we give information in advance, ask you to slow down to the speed so you can safely stop. If you don't follow me, you want to run over during the red phase, what can I do? Give you a ticket, but I extend all red phase. So side street vehicle will not come in to have an accident. And then it gets bored with the system. They have to be implemented. And then we extend to so-called green transportation. So in other way around, if I detect you the traffic, you come during the green phase or come during the beginning of the signal phase. In other way, we should advise you say, okay, reduce the speed from 50 to 40. Then what? By the time you get to intersection, queue will be clear. Okay. Then that's help you. You don't need to stop. That in a way convert into what? Minimize the fuel consumption. Not try to save you money. Try to reduce the greenhouse impact. This greenhouse impact, if you guys doing research, you should pay attention. This become a very, very, very important subject, so-called CO2 problem. Okay, Taiwan cannot free from this issue too. If we do not do something to reduce our greenhouse impact, it's going to affect our economics, because other countries they're going to tax us for the so-called greenhouse impact fee. So all your product export to other countries, they'll charge you more money. We are a small country. We have to follow the rule. If you're a big country like China, they may be able to fight and disagree. Okay. Remember, last year, European Euro even charged all the airplanes fly through Euros for their carbon dioxide tax. Okay. Of course, some countries powerful. They argue and fight back. Taiwan does not have this kind of ability to fight back. So a lot of issue we should do is, we are one of the countries has a top carbon dioxide level, okay, greenhouse impact level. Taiwan is in the top, one of very few areas in the top, okay. We need to do something to reduce that. Another area is pedestrian-based signal control module. What do I mean that? This also in the developing country and in developed country too. If you go to the major city downtown area, during the lunch hour, you found out so large volume of pedestrians, they go out to looking for lunch. And those volumes, if you go to major countries, China, Thailand, or European major downtown city, those high volume cross street, they cannot be accommodated by the current signals. Because of signal design, we do not design we assume given the minimum green time, people can go over the intersection, that's all. But if you have huge volume, you go to Taipei's, the central CBD area, you found out around this time, usually we can have high level of pedestrians across intersection. So they are not able to cross intersection during the typical pedestrian phase. So we need a pedestrian phase signal. This area is very serious in China too, you can see. Large number of pedestrian volume. So urban should be friendly to pedestrians, should be friendly to walking. Okay? So our signal should start to change, take into account the pedestrian volume in the design of signal phase. And in some cases necessary, you provide a special pedestrian phase. I know Taipei and some cities start to use all red extension, all red period for pedestrian to go, okay? Go to different directions, okay? But again, once you have all red period, then you really interrupt the signal progressions, okay? So if you try to promote bus system, promote subway application, you try to reduce people driving cars, then you should have a system friendly to the walking population. People should design a system easy for pedestrians to walk across the street, access the bus station, access subway station. Okay, so in a way you have to create a so-called pedestrian network with the proper signals for them. Urban signals should not be designed just for passenger cars. Passenger cars, most are rich people, include some of you drive passenger car, should be able to afford to pay more cost. In a congested city, from the urban resource point of view, from the greenhouse impact point of view, you want more people use the public transport system. You want to meet more people, either simply promote a ride a bicycle or walk to access to the bus station. So you need a more friendly signal system, okay? That's not difficult. You just have to take into account that instead of a vehicle volume in your signal design, you should start to have what? Pedestrian volume in your signal design, okay? Combine to put a proper weight in design your signals. Okay, so in control center, you also need a travel information systems. You have a VMS network. So provide instant information, provide parking information, and bus information, and route guidance information. Parking information is also one of the tools. I just talked to some people in Taipei. A tool to discourage people driving. If I give you a good parking system information in Taipei City and let you know, sorry, in the next 5 hours, you have no parking space for you to park your car, unless you want to park far away. After parking your car, you still have to walk half hour to your destination. If give you this information, maybe a fake information, okay, but it really can discourage you to drive, right? You tell you're going to drive to Taipei, from Hsinchu to Taipei, I tell you, I'm sorry, from 9 to 11, Taipei eastern region area, I have no way you can park. Or you can park 20 minutes away, I pay $300. Of course, I would take a freeway, take a bus, or take a high-speed rail, right? If information is available, then you will guide the people to the available parking space, minimize the driving around. I talked to my friend, he has 2 Mercedes cars. I asked him, why don't you take a bus now? So I drive my Mercedes car and to try to see the movie. So by the time his wife and his daughter all bought the ticket, he still have not found a parking space yet. So finally, he decided to ask his wife and his daughter just go watch a movie, and he just drive his car back home to watch TV, okay? Just have a trouble to find a parking space become an issue. And if he knows, he will not drive a car, he will take a taxi or bus too, okay? Now he changes his behavior, mostly take a bus system in Taipei. So we need to have those information. VMS also have one more issue. Let's say you go to Taipei, put a VMS. The question is, how many VMS do you need? Where would be a good location? You cannot say, I put the every intersection. Yeah, you have a lot of money to waste, fine. But from the research point of view, we always concerned about cost benefit. So where are the locations? What information should display? And how many will be sufficient? And the other way around is, I only have a budget to buy, let's say, 20 VMS. Then where are the optimal location for me to place those VMS locations? Those are research issues too, okay? And you should be able to have now cell phone is so popular. Almost everyone has cell phone. Even I go to a very poor country to give a lecture, I found out even poor country, poor people, they still have an iPhone. They still have an iPhone or Samsung. I'm surprised. I don't want to say those poor country or poor which one, okay? But they are really not advanced. But I cannot believe why is everyone, my phone is most out-of-date phone compared with they have. I know their income, I know but everyone have an advanced smartphone, either iPhone or the Samsung, the Korean phone, very popular. And so everyone almost have one. Some even have a 2, okay? So you should take advantage of the information and work with the driving population. So create your system. So drivers need your information. You need those people's information. So mutually exchange information. By doing so, you can reduce a lot of information needed. This particularly useful for in the freeway system. Metropolitan system, you need a more advanced function so you can know whether the GPS is in the building in the local area or not. Those GPS information may not always on the roadway, okay? But freeways, you can fully utilize information. In the urban area, you can still use, just need a proper function to filter those informations. So you need to receive the GPS, take advantage of the information. You can substantially reduce your investment on the infrastructure, on the sensors. And if we don't take advantage of this information, it's a tremendous waste of the resource, okay? And other part is in the system you should have one. Have the urban area you may have a freeway too, okay, or elevated highway system. So we need two functions. One is on-ramp control system, another one is off-ramp control system. Because congestion always coming from these two. On-ramp congestion, off-ramp. So the control center should have those two functions to offer even the local-based control. You may not have a network control, local-based on-ramp, off-ramp control, coordinate the freeway and urban arteria. Many of the bottlenecks coming from that interface area and propagate to the entire networks. Okay, now just give you a general idea. Now show you some of the recent development in the connected vehicles, and that's not very useful. Okay, hopefully we don't invest money too much here, but you got to know, mostly are for the auto manufacturers. Okay, I told you the connected vehicles background coming from where? Coming from the automatic highway in the 1996 that area. But that time we only work on the highways, and the ultimate goal is we have a picture so-called Mobility 2000. They're assuming you wake up and go to a parking garage. You don't do anything. You just turn on your key, and the vehicle will automatically check whether you have an engine problem or not, whether you have enough gas or not, whether your oil have a problem or not. So vehicle, you still have to turn on your key, okay? But you don't need to put in your key. No key, you can remotely turn on now. Okay, and then your car report back to you, say, okay, sir, get on the car, okay? That's how we call Mobility 2000. We envision what would be a year 2020. But year 2020 is coming soon, okay? We remember we are thinking about all the scenario. Okay, then your car is okay, then you tell them where you want to go. You just voice instruction. Tell them you want to go to Charlton University, okay? And the car will say, okay, ready, have a 3 route map, GPS show you 3 route, which one you want? Do you want to buy the breakfast on the way or not? You say yes, okay, then they will select a route for you. And then you can start. Then you don't need to drive, you can read the newspaper. Car will automatically drive, get to your breakfast place, okay, and stop. I found a parking space, automatic parking, because many of you may not be very good at parking, right? But you're certainly better than American, better than me, okay? Roadside parking, and then automatic parking. And then you go to eat, a car waits for you. And then you can eat your breakfast and just go to car automatically get on the freeway, get to your office. That was the scenario we described in the Mobility 2000. What would be the system? In order to do so, what will be the development component you need? That's called ITS, Advanced Technology, okay? And later on we found out, yeah, technology actually can do so. You look at the Google's car, okay? Google has demonstrated the car, actually just complete ITS one. We have 6 such vehicles in the federal highway now. We're going to demonstrate one for the intersection dilemma zone applications. But there's a human factor issue involved. Even sometimes you may enjoy automatic car driving for you, but it's still some time period you would prefer driving your car, okay? Human factor involved, you may disturb, interrupt the system, and that's become an issue. When I should let the driver make the decision? When should I fully authorize my car to do the automatic driving? That's become an issue and complicated issue, okay? So that plan has never been implemented. I don't think in year 2020 we will be in that stage. But now the development is focused on taking some part of the component to make it become useful, okay? For example, a lot of technology originally developed for some other purpose and never applied, but the byproduct becomes useful, okay? And this is one of the case, okay? And so automated highway system become a useful pilot project for the connected vehicles, which is mainly for safety purpose, because safety is top issue in a developed country. It's not important issue in developing country, include Taiwan. Okay, safety has never been an important issue. Huh? Also, safety for the to help aging drivers. Okay, aging drivers get old or some handicapped people. So safety is the issues. Okay, so here's called V2V. You have heard a lot. V2V communication. I think it's simple. V2V is allow vehicle to communicate with the other vehicle. And you don't need to call cellular phone, or you can go through the some devices inside the car. Okay. V2I is the one use a roadside unit, could be DSRC or some other technology, to communicate with infrastructures. This system actually is ready, but even the manufacturers, auto manufacturers, are reluctant to have this function commercialized. You know why? You know why with V2V technology, United States, Japan, Korea, European has tested, I completed no problem. You have two cars and we can communicate each others. But commercially and culturally still have a problem to implement. Different from V2I. V2I is going to implement sooner or later at some major hazardous locations. Because the V2I basically is you allow your car to communicate with the roadside unit or infrastructure system. One could be just roadside, other could be control center. For example, the one we're going to test in the next February sometimes, we have a roadside unit, advise driver, you need to slow down. Otherwise, you will be trapped in the dilemma zone. Or you speed up, you can get the green phase and progress through the intersection. That's one type of V2I. Another type is you can communicate with the traffic control center for any problems, okay? This function will be commercialized. And actually for some advanced vehicle, expensive one, has the functions. The problems, many cities still does not have enough infrastructure system. I part, okay, the SI part. So this definitely useful for the driver. You need assistance. Let's say in the late night, young lady, your car broken, flat tire, you're worried about your safety. Okay, your car is automatically communicated with the control center, and they protect you. They know your location, or you talk to a roadside unit. Okay, this function is definitely. This one is not. This human factors problem. Think about the driving behavior. You are lousy driver driving so aggressively. I'm lousy driver too. Then you blame me, I blame you. Now you have no way to curse each other, right? You can just turn over your window and have some of the natural to each others, okay? But if you have a V2V communication, what happens? Okay, think about Taipei or some poor area driving behavior. Driver always try to fight each others. Now they can use a system, start to fight against each other, right? Instead of help each other, the original purpose is try to do what? You see that the hazard, some dangers, something happen unsafe. After it pass, you want to immediately tell the people after you. For example, I don't know in this country, in the United States, if you see opposing vehicle flash a light to you, that imply what? Imply police car hiding somewhere, okay? They just warn you, hey, be careful, slow down. Police car must hiding somewhere, try to give you a ticket. So that's one way of communication between each other, the flashlight. Then you see that something happened, okay? That's one way of the V2V communication. But if now you have a fully function to talk, communicate, I'll tell you what happened, unless you all are very civilized. Otherwise, all the time you're going to blame each other. By fighting with others, it may create more traffic problem, right? Originally, the guy just so rude, but he just run away. You have no way to fight with him. Now you can curse him, you can fight with him. And then I believe it will be a totally different traffic pattern, okay? When so many drivers fighting each other during the peak hours, each one blame each other's rude behavior. I don't know what kind of traffic pattern going to be. Okay, so that's really a problem. Original idea is try to inform each other about some accident, some danger, some inclement weather conditions. But so this function is available, it's ready. Even through Bluetooth, you can communicate. But I don't think that's going to be implemented unless you have a car just open for you and your family members. It could be maybe 7 cars work together. Okay, as a team, we can turn on the function. Only between the 7 cars we can talk to each other. Okay, maybe that could be the future applications. I don't think that's going to be, because that had the issue in the 20 years ago. It remains the issue now, and this will be the functions. This also have a function to tell you, let's say you're turning on some corner area, left turn, right turn, in some intersection have a short sight distance. You may be get in trouble or not see the black angle of your vision, and the system will inform you. Same as your car now, you try to move your car and they will start, the sensor will start showing beep, 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 tell you you're going to hit somebody, right? A similar function. Allow you to know how far you're away from the potential subject, okay? So this is and technology is not a problem. Problem is how could you use the minimum cost to have such system? Nowadays, this technology, if you go to ITS World Congress, they will show you Toyota or car, tell you all the functions. But you ask them how much the car costs, they won't tell you, okay? With all the functions, nobody's going to buy the car, okay? Too expensive. So the challenge is, as I mentioned earlier, how could you use a minimum number of sensors? There's only a sensor, communications, provide a function, which is affordable to most people, okay? If not affordable to most people, in democratic country, most people will not allow you to put the money here, to waste money. And let's put it in, let's say, freeway number 3, some segment is very dangerous, okay? I may put on the segment. So before your car reaches this segment, we'll communicate with you. You speed too fast, you may have an accident. I also tell you, 2 people already died last year, okay? 2 people just died last week. I think you're going to remind people to slow down, okay? You're not able to apply, deploy in most area. And here we already have pilot project, okay, demonstrated in the Michigan area, 21 signal intersection. You see, they use a curved location, means the location have a low sight distance, okay, it's one of the major area. And demonstration, but typically in the United States, after demonstration, just wait for another 10 years to have a deployment. You see the GPS application, 20 years already done the technology, now become popular, but not anymore. You see, you know, a lot of people buy the car with the in-vehicle unit of the GPS, costs you in the United States, it costs additional $2,000. Now nobody uses, right? Everybody uses a GPS cell phone to replace, you know. But idea is this kind of function is to put more safety sensor in the car, trucks, to prevent some accident. That will be done, okay, and has been increasingly popular, okay. So mostly from the safety point of view. Some is you can integrate with the roadside, some is just by yourself. Some is try to modify your current systems. You can put trucks and buses, also more important, because trucks and buses carry more people in each unit of vehicles. And this is some of the sensor, okay, typical use. I'm not promoting them, okay, but that's a small sensors for networks. V2V applications, emergency braking light, forward collision, okay, blind spot, okay, do not pass warnings. It can help you. These two can combine function together. Usually V2V vehicle also can do V2V too, okay? The difference is one, you have a roadside infrastructure. This is why you need what? All the cars are advanced vehicle with all the functions. For example, a leading car may come to a certain brake and cause you have a rear-end collision. But the idea is if your car is advanced vehicle, my car is advanced vehicle, when you try to take emergency brake, the information will send to all cars surrounding you. My car will detect, my car will automatically ready to take a break, okay? Even though you may not pay attention. That's just makes people too lazy, okay? All those systems make people too lazy. I still think no matter how smart your system, human beings still smart enough to create accident, okay? If they don't pay attention, they're still going to make all kind of a problem, okay? This talk about the bus is always a problem. It's turning on the corner, okay, causing problem, and that can help. Let's say my bus is a automated functions bus. When I turn over here, I send the information to all the surrounding vehicles. They can receive my information to know to keep a proper distance away from me. And the problem is so expensive now. Only the rich people affordable to have a big car, nice car, can have those functions. Then unfair, right? Then from the social equity point of view, become unfair. Why those guys can only those guys benefit those functions? That also is a social issue. So transportation has also a social research too. I told you before, is most likely going to be implemented at what? Hazardous locations. Dangerous segment, have a lot of accident, either intersection or at the suburban area, rural area. I believe that's going to be done, okay? Right now, you can see many dangerous location segment. We don't have that much functions to help prevent, advance, warning people about the difficult driving condition. Maybe the ice, maybe the foggy, maybe something happened, potentially dangerous for the drivers. We don't want to have a precise information to actively push the driver to take safety actions. Remember, there's some information say some people driving the huge motorcycle, right, and had accident on the freeway and die, right? If you have some active functions, we should be able to communicate with the roadside devices and push the car to slow down at that particular location, at that particular pavement condition. That can be done, okay? That should be done too. That's a V2I applications. So here include some applications, pedestrian detections, because some car does not know a pedestrian, okay? And this is some kind of applications. Ideally is providing more data, basically, okay? In the mobility applications, basically, you see there's all kind of functions. You have a infrastructure system status, all vehicle can, everything comes with the data. So that's why you guys may have heard about big data problem. Now big data become a big issue. Everything is data, everything is sensor, everything is information. Anything you have done, including your movement, will be monitored because you carry the cell phone. That's become useful information. Other ways, applications, okay? Speed application, transit priority. Okay, here's information. Here's mobility applications. The good thing is that data become more and more cheaper, almost because used to be we have to deploy so many sensors to get the limited data such as speed, occupancy, point measurement. But nowadays with the GPS data, with the infrastructure data, you actually what? You actually have a not just point data, also have a path data. You have a movement data, dynamic data, which become much more useful. You can track this group of aggressive drivers, where they come from, what the path take every day. Okay, if this area always have accident, high accident frequency, then I can set a system to monitor where are those drivers, where they come from, where they go. Okay, and take some actions. So the data, a lot of data is available. You pay the freeways, ETC's data, and they actually have all your data too. And that data can also be used to do a traffic management. And this is another more advanced application. The entire network has those kind of information. So can we design a more speed harmonization systems? The idea is related to the, I mentioned earlier, greenhouse impact issues. Now congestions in urban area, when too many vehicles, you cannot get rid of vehicles. Demand side, they want them to take a bus, subway. But still, always have people going to drive a car. And still will be fully utilize the capacity. So the only way you can do is minimize the stop, number of vehicle stop. So there's a theory called two-fluid theory by Robert Herman and Prigogine. I briefly introduced that model in the traffic flow theory lecture. There's two Nobel Prize scholars, physicists. They talk about if you, from the global view, look at the urbans, how do you define this urban network efficient or not? You can use a complex model, complex MOE. You can also, they found out simple indicators, basically at any time windows. Let's say from 7 to 8 a.m. How many percent of vehicle is moving? How many percent of vehicle is stopped? Okay, that can define how efficient your network. If the network is very efficient, means what? High percentage of vehicles is moving all the time. A low percentage of vehicles is stopped. If the network is not efficient, most of the high percentage of vehicles will be stopped. You don't believe it, go to those areas, have a high congestion. So this, the true useful theory should be simple, okay? Because we are not able to find a solution, so we come with all complex equations and try to show you are very knowledgeable. But you look at all the physics law, it's very simple if you really found the relations. Anyway, the whole idea here is try to use the speed uniform harmonization to smooth the speed at urban network to minimize number of stops, okay? Rather than we don't talk about progression. Why? Progression usually is at the arterial level, one way or two way. Your progression must be at the cost of your cross street. That's for sure, okay? So speed harmonization intend to what? Tend to provide advisory speed information to drivers so they can minimize the queue at the intersection or minimize their stop at the link. And furthermore, may also provide them which route to choose to minimize their delay or congestion, okay? Queue warning is the one, this one is that's not easy to implement in the near term, okay? Because that need a quite comprehensive information at urban network. I told you before, many of those issues is not just technology issue, it's how you implement whether it justifies the benefit or not. If you put all the intersection everywhere with sensor, you don't know how to use the system properly, really generate benefit, then you question, why do I need to buy so many sensors? Or if your improvement is so small percentage of improvement. That's the question about the signal, or they put the sensor everywhere, want to do advanced IT system, but people really do evaluation, you don't see much difference. Give example, Taipei City, after they bought so many sensors, have you seen any improvement? You don't see any improvement, you don't feel any improvement. The freeway put so many sensors, do you, or even they say after the ETC, the freeway congestion should be reduced, right? After they remove all the gate. I don't know, I have not driven on the freeway yet. My question to drivers, do you really feel the congestion during the peak hour has been reduced? Or the congestion during the major hard day has been reduced? I doubt it, the question, okay? I don't, if you're not working for the Freeway Bureau, I don't believe The answer will be yes. After ETC, you will reduce congestion. Okay, especially you have a long trip, short-term trip, maybe you don't need to pay. Could be okay, but you don't queue. You don't pay. You don't queue at the toll plaza. You may queue at the what? Off ramp or on ramp area, especially for major hard days. I don't believe that they are going to have any improvement. Okay. So this queue information, anyway. So my point is, major issue is whether investment justify the benefit or not. If not, you will come back to have a problem to promote system. So this system, I don't believe we're going to implement in any city in the next decade. Okay. But this is most likely queue warning system, okay, for a long link. Okay, even you can see a signals. You may not know. I know in Taiwan they display what? How many seconds, right? How many seconds the red phase, right? Okay. Do they display how many seconds for green phase? So you see green phase, you don't know how many seconds have green phase. So you have to speed up, right? But if for actual control, you're not able to display, because the reason we can display because all are pre-timed system. You want to do more advanced system. Green duration is not fixed. Red duration is not fixed. They are not able to display how many remaining seconds. Okay. So this is really a benefit to let driver know. Okay, what is queuing ahead. More advanced they tell you how many seconds queue going to be. Okay, so you can reduce the speed or speed your speed, okay, or choose a different route. Basically, if you can reduce the queue, you stop and go, compare with your slow down the speed. In terms of the travel time, maybe not much differences, but in terms of the fuel consumption and emission, it's quite different. Okay. Let's have a scientific data to prove that. Also, a feeling from drivers will prefer not stop, slow down, rather than come with high speed and then stop. Okay, you can evaluate yourself, see whether it's true or not. Okay, so the queue warning system is one of the one going to popular. Okay, cooperative adaptive cruise control, that just adjusts from the so-called more advanced adaptive cruise control. In Taiwan, cruise control may not be that popular, okay, because the city is so congested, you don't use cruise control. Freeway, short distance, also congested. But if you ever go to the United States or some big countries, you travel for 10 hours. Let's say a student go to my student university, always go to the Disney from Washington, D.C. Then you travel on long distance, cruise control will be useful. You go get on the freeway, set the speed 60 miles per hour. Then your foot does not need to continue push the pedal, okay? That will be useful, okay? Even more useful is adaptive cruise control. Means what? You don't need to change lane. You can automatically continue, keep the same gap, distance with your leading car, called adaptive cruise control, okay? So the current cruise control just set the speed, the car will maintain the speed. If you don't touch the brake pedal, okay? Taiwan, most car does not have this function because you don't need it. You don't have a chance to use, okay? But in the United States, every car, most of the car, not every car, most car, 90% car have a cruise control. You may or may not use. Adaptive cruise control is for the higher, high-end vehicles. Have adaptive control. It's available. Mercedes and BMW is a 600, 500 level. They do have the Mercedes S level car. BMW is 500 car. You can select the adaptive cruise control. So let's say in a more congested highway, you can use adaptive cruise control. So the car, Taiwan's freeway, you need adaptive cruise control. Just follow the leading car, keep the proper distance automatically. You don't need to press the pedal, okay? In this case, if you have an accident, it will pay by insurance company, okay? Because that's assuming the function is ready, okay? And cooperative adaptive control is just one more level. You have a group of cars. I can travel in a platoon, and they can all adjust the speed together to be in a platoon, okay? And this is a transit application, okay? Ideally, that could be used, but it's difficult to. I delete those graphics, okay? Connection protection. Let's just try to say, okay, if you just like an airline, right? Your plane is delayed for 20 minutes. Then, if there are a lot of passengers in that plane, then your connecting flight will wait for you. Okay, that is a connection protection. Okay, similar at those cases, if your bus from a location to another location at the major transfer stations, with those integrated dynamic transit information system, not a bus, because another bus. Let's say you take a bus from Hsinchu to Taipei. From Taipei, you want to go to Yilan. Okay, then Chiao-Tung University have 200 people in the 3 buses, and those buses, Taipei will wait for you because they got the information. How many people in this bus going to transfer to which buses? And then another bus will keep waiting for you. Okay, just like airline operations. Dynamic transit operation, just like those flexible transit vehicle, transit route system. Okay, transit were not completely flexible, but they can deviate from some pre-stop, set stop to pick up passengers. Let's say between 2 major stations, and they identify some passenger demand, and they can stop to pick you up. Sometimes or bus, sometimes they let you get off the road, get off the bus, even that location have no bus stop, for your own convenience. And let's say 3 people want to get off the Chiao-Tung University, there's no stop, and bus driver may let you get off. It's a more dynamic way of doing the operation, but still maintain the main stop in the operation. The last one is completely dynamic. Okay, the route is flexible based on the demand of the different location, and they change the route. This for suburban area, rural area, they don't have enough demand to support the fixed route, a fixed schedule bus system. That's become could be a popular one. Okay, and this can be worked together. Sometimes you can have dynamic ride sharing or flexible route system to pick up the passengers and then go to what? Go to drop to the major bus line. Okay, so these 3 can work together. That's what they say. Okay, real-time transportation data support green transportation choice. Green transportation choice means whatever way, by individual vehicle speed, route, can minimize your fuel consumption. Green you can interpret as minimize your fuel consumption, will be the one minimize the delay and minimize the greenhouse impact. Again, this is work with the V2V or V2I systems to give you advice. V2V, in a way, if you work on the friendly, civilized way, is very good, because your experience. Let's say you went through the foggy area, particularly in bad weathers, you can really inform people after you, right? Let's say you just pass area, found out the bridge is very much in a dangerous condition. You can inform the drivers behind you, vehicle behind you, so they will not trap in the same dangerous location. Okay. Remember, Taiwan always have the typhoon days. You always have those muddy sliding problem in the mountain area. If you have some V2E warning system, will be very good, because you won't see the driver coming to dangerous location. You have no way to call them. You don't know their phone number, right? So if there's some kind of a system, you usually cannot use, but emergency, they can actively use. Okay, that would be good. Okay, you can do those kind of function. In another area, they call Mayday system. There's one special transportation group try to study and provide system. Just say you are Mayday. Mayday means you are desperate condition. The car will automatically inform. For example, you have accident in a rural area. You're already almost going to die in a fatal condition. How can you come back from your cell phone, call 911, say I'm going to die? If you're going to able to call, then you're not going to die soon, okay? It means you are okay. So the another area before the V2E, now they're going to merge together, is provide those functions. So if your car in the dangerous condition, the car will automatically call some the 911 or some numbers. So if your accident, collision up to some level, the vehicle automatically call. Maybe call your family, call the 911, call some number automatically. Because that condition, most likely you are not able to make a call. And that 1 minute, 5 minutes could be critical to your survival. Also, they can call what? Control center to know, alert the coming vehicles. Because you can see on highway or freeway, every time we have one accident, what happened? Not one car, 2 to 3 cars, 4 cars. The record is 300 cars have accident together because they are not able to inform each other and they are too late to respond. Okay, I show you that's a new technology called eco-lane management. That just you take which route, which lane, can ecology. The eco stands for ecology. Okay, that's just a green management. That's just fancy terms. Basically, it's same as green transportation. Okay, but try to apply in the traffic operation levels. To tell you, choose the lane with slow speed, but you will not encounter congestion, okay? Have lane choice, okay? And no emission zones. This also the kind of new concept. Although that's not easy to implement, but we should try to promote. Why, for example, from I know Taipei, major metropolitan area, so many people live in the suburban counties. They do have a choice. Take a different route to come to the office. If we can provide them information, which zone already have a poor air condition, poor emission level, and suggest them to take which route or take which mode, that should help overall reduce the emission level, ozone pollution in the major congested area, okay? And let's talk about providing low emission zone for travel to choose. That include the pre-trip, include the transit service, include in-vehicle too, okay? There are many incentives. Parking lot, you advise them to park at some locations and provide them free transport. For example, in my area, Maryland and Washington, D.C., if the weather in summer very hot, the radiation is too strong, too high level, then they automatically let everybody take a bus for free. Okay. The government will announce in the newspaper today the radiation too high, then all the trains are free. Very common in the summer, not in winter. Summer is very common. So give you some incentive to take a bus, okay? Okay, this integrated corridor management is all the issue. I finish this one, then take a break and come back to cover quickly Japan, Koreans' advancement in this area. Now, it's a competition between the countries. United States, Europeans are one big group. Europeans actually work together. Japan's a group, Korea's a group. China is coming, but China is focused more on the transit part. China's transit application have quite advanced because the central government already specified the transit city and transit system as the major direction for the transportation feature development. Integrated corridor management is actually nothing new. Basically, just say integrate everything you can do from supply side, demand side to maximize the system's throughput to ensure in the congested period, every moment the system is running at its capacity level, okay? Because you have too many people come to the system will become bottleneck. The throughput will low. Not enough people, the throughput will not be high. So from transportation management point of view, all you can do is make sure at any moment the system is running at the capacity. Then you get your job done, okay? If all systems running at the capacity, not much you can do, then you have to come back from the the demand side, reduce the demand or provide another facility. But many times our system only congests at some particular period, and even that period, the throughput is not reached the capacity yet. So congestion does not mean the system has been fully utilized. Congestion just means everybody stopped there, okay? You measure the output of the system. For example, I always question the freeway bureau. During the major holiday period, they always say, oh, how congested freeway, how good are running the system, how high the speed are we running on the freeway, which is not the correct measurement. The measurement is that true? My freeway per lane per hour is 2,000 vehicles. So if I have 4 lanes, so during the holiday period, congested high demand period, my freeway always maintain what? 2,000 vehicles per lane per hour running on the freeway and get out of the system. If that's the case, then freeway already done their job. But if you see those very congested period, the freeway running the output flow, sometimes they reach only 2/3 or half of the capacity. Okay, so it's not measured by how high the speed you are. Okay, measure whether the system's capacity has been fully utilized or not. The function of management, the function of ITS, whatever information, whatever tool we try to use, no other purpose, just try to make sure our system running at the capacity. You can use one mode, or 2 mode, or 3 mode, okay? Of course, capacity have 2 definitions. Traditional US or Western definition is maximize the number of vehicles get out of the system called capacity, or throughput, okay? Throughput maximum is called capacity. But now in developing country, because you use a bus, okay? So even in the evacuation or the actual operation, we try to use what? Maximum throughput is not by vehicle, it's by what? Person, okay? Number of people get out of system as a throughput. For example, in the evacuation system, you may evacuate maximum number of vehicles, but each vehicle only have 2 people. But I want to maximize the throughput by person, number of person, then you will try to favor what? More buses, use more buses in the evacuation. Because each bus, same as in Taiwan, if you're going to maximize the congestion on the freeway during the maximize the capacity throughput during the major holiday, you should maximize how many people include high occupancy vehicle, include a bus too, okay? And then you can encourage, maybe we provide some more incentive for people to use a more bus system. Okay, integrated corridor management system. This has been going on for quite a time, and most of the papers you can see from TRB and publications. Maybe one of the components, but it does cover the freeway's management function. Before I talk about this freeway system, here just quickly go over some demonstration site. For freeway management or corridor management, basically there's 4 main functions. 1, ramp metering control. 2nd, off-ramp control. 3rd, variable speed control. And then if you have to coordinate with local arterial, will be what? Detour operations together. No other thing can do. And how can you accomplish the proper location of traffic between freeway and arterial? Provide information. Okay, information where and how and what information to provide. So this all together called integrated corridor management system. Okay, nothing new, but a lot of questions to be done. Okay, a lot of issues to be done. Huh? And every part is research. On-ramp control, you want to isolate control or coordinate control. Off-ramp control, you just off-ramp response control, off-ramp coordinate with arterial signals. A variable speed control, if an entire freeway, you should have a variable speed control first, or variable speed control coordinate with ramp metering. Okay, if your question is variable speed control is try to smooth freeway traffic. Ramp metering is try to control traffic go into the freeway, but you will create a queue at the arterial, right? So in the meantime, you ask freeway to have a variable speed control, reduce speed. So to some extent, satisfy the criteria so-called equity. Otherwise, ramp metering create a problem. While you freeway guys enjoy the free traffic, I have to queue at the ramp. Okay, so those are issues. When should activate variable speed control, and when you should coordinate and also activate ramp metering control. Under what condition you should also activate the off-ramp control, and at what congestion level and what the volume distribution between freeway and arterial, you should activate corridor-wide detour control. Those timing is the most important problem. Control it optimized or not is secondary, okay? If you have a timing and use properly, it can accomplish some purpose. Okay, corridor control in the United States, research is much more advanced than practice, okay? So the two-dimensional side, one's in the Dallas-Fort Worth, one in San Diego. Okay. Ideally, just in terms of technology and control model, not go beyond what I just said. The difference is you involve inter-agency agreement, okay, and the agency operations. In the United States, same as Taiwan and many developing countries, freeway usually belong to what? One agency. Arterial belong to different agencies. So how to overcome the barrier between agencies is more difficult than to overcome the congestion in the traffic system, okay? Traffic system problem, congestion problem, quite a lot can be attributed to the poor coordination between agencies, okay? So in IVH that time, one of the major components in the IVH study is interagency issue, okay? Institutional barrier. How to overcome institutional barrier was listed as one of the major research areas. There you can see how terrible, okay? Give an example, the freeway and arterial. Arterial is controlled by local agency. So freeway try to improve speed, so they use what? Ramp metering to control your traffic. You can see the major holidays. Don't let your car get on the freeway, so car queue on the local arterial. Okay? Then local arterial, local agency what? I use a signal, control your car on the freeway. I don't let you get off this service street, okay? Then what happened? All the vehicles will do queue from the off-ramp, all back to freeway and become a freeway congestion. Most of the congestion now you see during the major holiday, if not due to accident, was due to by what? Off-ramp queue spillback, because you cannot get off freeway. In merging, merging you can always squeeze in. Even freeway is congestion because you have acceleration lanes. So if you drive your car, you can always merge, sneak, merge in the main line. So usually will not cause the spillback unless you, most spillback is caused by the signals problem. But off-ramp, off-ramp is just a lane. If you have a signal, there's no way you can squeeze to the arterial, okay? Unless they don't have a signals. Don't have a signal, then you can squeeze and try to merge in and fight and cause a bottleneck. But most the area off ramp, arterial put a signal there. What you can do? Signal give you 20 seconds or 40 seconds. That's only 2 seconds per vehicle. That's all you can get off the freeway. So those interagency problem is the main reasons. So the human factor, expand the human factor conflict to interagency problem, okay? Interagency problem mostly is how to share the information, how to share decision making, okay? And that's become a major issue. I told you the research why it's not a big problem. When I say not big problem means you can have your model to implement, even though your model not perfect, not high quality, but as long as it's not the wrong model, let's say ramp metering, your model may not be able to provide the optimal metering rate. But as long as your activation time starting correctly, termination time correctly, you select a metering rate, may not be optimal, still going to work, going to have some effectiveness. Off-ramp control, you provide good signal timing correctly, it's still going to work. May not be optimal, but if the interagency cannot reach cooperations and share the information, that causes big problem, okay? See, all we talk about, and unfortunately, this interagency issue is semi-political issue. Developing country, all have the same problem, okay? That's why from 10 years ago, almost 15 years, in Maryland, Virginia area, state highways start to take over all the arteria parallel to the freeways. So local arteria parallel to the freeways, those signals controlled by the state highway agency because they provide money, provide maintenance. So it's much easier now for us to work on. You need to have money. Don't have money, you cannot work, okay? They have a big corridor system for doing simulation and calibration. And those are the functions. Travel information system, instant management functions. I told you, if for a day-to-day recurrent congestion, if you already done your proper route metering, coordinated route metering information, actually not much you can do for seeing the good improvement. But the main area you can do improvements during incident. How quickly you can remove the incident. How do you guide the traffic during the incident? That part you can see a major improvement, okay? With and without the good incident management plan. With and without incident traffic management plan really make differences in the traffic condition. Otherwise, if you have done your good job and do the good control for day-to-day recurrent congestion, not much you can do if you already reach capacity. Of course, transportation engineer always what? Very smart, never solve the problem, always solve one problem, create two more problems, okay? Same as you can see, you have not even solved one problem, you already create three more problems. So you continue to have more projects to do, okay? Hopefully you really know the answer, okay? Don't continue to create a problem, never know the answer. If you have that rear here, you need to coordinate with that rear system too, okay? Those are the functions in the same of the corridor. Depend on how many different transportation modes in the corridor. Some even have a HOV lane, HOT lane, okay, to ease the congestion. Remember, in HOV and HOT lane in the United States now, mostly allow the driver to drive on the lane for free if you have electrical vehicles, electrical cars, or hybrid car, okay? Hybrid, you know, the hybrid, mixed hybrid car. So that's one way of promote the green transportation. Electric cars, hybrid car, not only you can travel on the lane for free, you also every year you get the tax credit back, okay? You can pay less tax. I'm going to buy one, but I don't like the electric car yet, not reliable yet. You know? They talk about cooperate, integrate corridor management system. That's what Taiwan should do, okay? The one you're doing the project, ideally is a freeway coordinate with the Route 1 arteria, work together to become a corridor, rather than freeway only care about freeway, arteria care about arteria, okay? The overall, the benefits ratio 20.21. And this, the arterial benefit system use a Bluetooth, okay? I have a separate project talk about Bluetooth applications. It's become popular. I don't know if Taiwan has used or not. Bluetooth applications is take advantage of everyone's cell phone or computer has a Bluetooth. Use Bluetooth to automatically connect each other. It detects the Bluetooth function. Bluetooth function as ID, so you can track Bluetooth and match based on the in a way similar to license plate system. The difference is Bluetooth, because a large number of Bluetooth data, and the Bluetooth sensor detector only can detect 8 to 5% of Bluetooth population. So you want to match the license plate 8 to 5% every station. You want to match still a small samples. So your sampling scheme is not good. It may not be able to provide a reliable estimation, but it provides low cost, almost no cost. The detector station is very cheap, very low cost. So in terms of infrastructure, for travel time purpose, is a very promising application, okay? But in a way, if GPS is useful, I think a GPS will be much more reliable. The trouble is each GPS data need to get permission from the drivers. You should open say, okay, I agree. For example, you use Google. Google asks you whether you allow them to use your data or not, right? But the Bluetooth you don't need because unless you turn off, otherwise automatically they can detect your Bluetooth information, okay? And this smart net is just put everything you have in the control center, okay? But I'm telling you, this has been done and get all the data to the center. But how to get data out of the center for application has not been fully utilized, has not been done yet. Everyone just take a small part to do their research. From agents' point of view, same as we discussed about Taiwan's agents, from operating agents' point of view, have so huge amount of data, they usually have headache how to maintain those data. Some of you may not work on data yet, but you work on sensor data, you will recognize it's a terrible job. Every 10 seconds, at least, every 10 seconds you have a batch of data. You have 100 sensors. How many data you have? And every day you have 1,440 seconds. And 1 year, how many data I can see? Just for, I have a 43 data set. I constantly have to pack the data and restructure database. Have a lot of data, okay? So if you don't use that data, it's become a burden. That's why they all send to university to archive those data. But archive for what? First, if you don't use, you don't know how the data quality. If you don't use, you never know how valuable data, okay? So this part alone has been done. Every university, every state, because they put infrastructure. But how to use the data properly for application, a long way to go. Part of the reason is operate an advanced system. If we don't design properly, will become a burden to the control center staff. Because if you design a system with advanced intelligent function, but for operator it should be a dumb function. Operator, they don't need to understand. They can use easily. Otherwise, they will be afraid to use. And that's the main reason. We academia always design a system, model, very powerful, but not easy to use. So from the user side, we do not pay attention. Again, user side interface is another research area, okay? If you want the control center operator, they usually just high school degree or at most college degree to know how to use. You need to design the system, convert into a very simple applications or easy to operate. Anyway, they show you all the data. So nowadays, have too many data. And this is the incident function, smart net function, to show you the process of decision-making process. Again, this is academic work, okay? Decision-making function has to be simple and scenario basis. Otherwise, decision maker will just simply not use your function, I tell you, okay? For example, we do the emergency evacuation for hurricane or terrorist attack. After doing so many research, come to application, we just classify as a scenario basis. Because for the decision maker, they don't have time to understand. Same thing happened. Based on detect data, they want to see, okay, let's match pattern 2. Okay, pattern 2, okay, now they activate. They just use a simple match, okay? Don't assume they have the knowledge or the time and patience to operate the system in an advanced way, okay? Advanced system got to be what? Simple to use. It's part of an advanced function. Simple for the user. Just like using computer program. Interface is simple. It's one of the intelligent design, okay? Keep that in mind. Otherwise, your research may be good, and nobody going to buy it, nobody going to implement it. So all come to a decision support system, okay? And that's application too. Let me quickly go over to see other countries. They all will claim the toll system, enhanced transit services, increased telecommunication, advanced technology. That's a way to try to minimize congestion. I give a suggestion to some of the countries, cities. Yeah, you can use more on the telecommunication flexible working hours. That's going to solve some of the problem. For example, in Washington, D.C. area, every company, private company or public company, always have at least one day you can work at home. Okay, you do have flexible hour. Some people always get to office at 7 and call me. I have my coffee ready. I want to ask him, who knows you actually come to office? So the guy in the state highway always call me at 7 o'clock. My former student said, I have a coffee for everybody, prove he's there, okay? He can, after 8 hours, he can go home. Okay, so flexible hour just try to reduce the peak hour congestion level. Unless you are work on the area, you have to face-to-face talk to your sponsor, talk to your customer. Otherwise, you can maintain the flexibility. Some people can start early, some people can start later. And at least one day, all the private, state, federal, always offer at least one day for telecommuting. Of course, you have your online computer. Anytime they talk to you, call you, they know you're online. They can see even your face, you're working or not, okay? And that's really a good design, no? Of course, not to university, we don't have flexible. Well, every day is flexible, right? You can go to school every day. So university does not offer the flexible working hours. That's express lane and transit part. That's for the bus. Offer the special lane, okay? HOV, HOT lane. Actually, HOT lane collect money from the drivers, okay? But again, if you go to Washington, D.C., you found out that so even some HOT lane is an issue, okay? That's why, because they charge you some additional money. For people, rich people, they don't care. They use HOT lane. But for commuters, even though you just pay additional $2 a day, but if every day you have to pay, that could be a burden, okay? So how to balance the HOT or HOV lanes, traffic congestion, with the other lanes is an issue, okay? If you let all HOV lanes as congested as other lane, nobody going to use. But if some area already congested, you take one lane away, and then other two lanes will be so congested, and the lane for the bus or the HOT lane is at the level of service B or C, and that's causing what? Social equity issue too. For example, freeway N05 to Ilan, they only have 2 lanes. So 1 lane for HOV lane or bus, then other lane or just 1 lane. And what can you do? Sometimes even you want to choose HOT, you have no way, HOV, you have no way to take HOV. They want you carpool. You only have 2 people in your family. How are you going to get carpool? Or you have to ask your friend. So sometimes you want to implement HOV, HOT lane. You need supplemental functions. Means, for example, in the metropolitan area, people want to go to Taipei commuting. They want to use HOV or carpool service. HOV in general want people to use carpool, okay? You need to design a network, a kind of system for people to match properly. I come to office, match. I go home, even I change my hour, I can easily find someone to match to go home. Otherwise, you come to office and you don't know how to go home, back a carpool with other people. Could be a problem. Or you do not have a good match between the driver and the carpool commuters. Could cause a problem too. Ladies may want to carpool with a reliable gentleman, right? They don't want to carpool with some people unreliable. So you just take some kind of demand side design need to have those functions. Guarantee today carpool will be a nice, pleasant partners and nice chatting with you, or some kind of common interest. You need to have some supporting functions, okay? So you do engineer design, don't just do those dumb pure engineer side. I told you the human factor side. Some agency always say, oh, my carpool program cannot be successful. My HOV cannot be successful. Of course, you only need to put HOV carpool. Do you know where to get carpool? If university require you, everyone come to university need a carpool. How do you get carpool? You have a roommate, office mate, okay? But you are commuting. How are you going to have carpool? They need some kind of system through internet or through whatever. Like, for example, TV program now have those kind of marriage making program, right? Provide the opportunity for guy to know the female to know the guys, and they become a good partner couple together, right? Some way you can design a HOV program for people to find a good match, okay, and also have the flexibility. Then could be successful. There's no reason for one car have one passenger or two passengers, okay? It's tremendous waste of the resources. Anyway, don't just do your own work without understanding what should be a supporting functions. That's just basically I-85 express lanes, okay? Similar to Taiwan's toll collection, AVI, Artemis traffic, and toll collections, okay? 3 people's carpool mode, okay? 3 people is not easy, do you understand? Taiwan is maybe, okay, United States, if I want to carpool, I cannot find anybody to carpool, I tell you. Even in a suburban area, it's not easy to have a carpool. You can carpool go, you may not have a carpool come back, okay? So I keep saying how to provide a supporting function should be viewed as a part of the design, as an integrated design, okay? Otherwise, you can always drive along and pay more money and create more congestion. This is Los Angeles, so a lot of HOV lane is getting popular here, okay? And current deficiency is, as I mentioned earlier, rich people are so happy. The area has more rich people that prefer the HOV lane, but just pay, or it's nothing, I don't care, okay? Even give me a ticket, it's fine. But for a high commuting area, you take away one lane, and the capacity has not been fully utilized. It's unfair. It's become that's why Maryland get rid of the HOT lane at the last moment. We have HOV but no HOT, because our governors now try to run for the president. His interest is in the process of running for the Democrat president. Okay, he get rid of HOT. Virginia already had HOT on the 495, halfway up to the Maryland and stop. So you can imagine it's not going to work, right? Entire Beltway, half Maryland, half Virginia. Virginia side have another HOT there, but up to Maryland, no connection. Okay, but traffic is a lot coming from Virginia to Maryland. Minnesota has a smart lane. Smart lane basically, as I mentioned earlier, is lane-based speed control. In European countries, it's very popular. Okay, each lane can have a different speed for their control. For example, the rightmost lane linked to the off-ramp, on-ramp, it should have some speed, okay? And different type of lane, you can also regulate different type of vehicle, have a speed control. For example, your truck lane, speed should be low, and truck should not occupy the high-speed lane, okay? If you cannot drive at high speed. So the lane-based speed control. So variable speed has 2 functions. One by segment, others by segment, also by lane, okay? A variable speed control, now the new terminology called active traffic management. They cover more. So here, dynamic lane use, dynamic speed limit, or sometimes called dynamic speed control, okay? Queue warning, adaptive ramp metering. That's 3, 4 are the system. They have not done adaptive off-ramp control yet. So Taiwan, Xiaotong University has done the most advanced one. You should be proud of, okay? You guys have a dynamic off-ramp control system, but you have to promote. You don't promote, you only promote how much trouble you have been through, okay? Off-ramp has not been fully promoted yet, but from last year, TRB, this year, TRB, begin to have some paper talk about off-ramp control and conference too, okay? Don't just do a lot of survey, okay? You guys do a lot of survey without using survey data to write the paper. My students take advantage of the data here. I already read 7 papers, okay? 4 on journal, 3 on TRB, okay? And 6 already accepted, just 1 under review, okay? Take advantage, okay? Then Washington area, you see active traffic management, okay? Basically, it's a speed control, lane-based speed control. Segment lane-based speed control. This should be done. So one of the purposes will tell slow driver, hey, this lane you need to drive at 65 miles per hour. Don't occupy a lane. You commonly see some slow driver occupy the inside lane, right? And so slowly and just easily drive and block the traffic. So lane speed control is one way to allow driver to choose the comfortable lane, okay? For me, I always drive at the speed limit. I never change the lane unless necessary. So I don't want to in high speed lane. I don't feel comfortable. And my students never Parker, he never be in this lane. You always choose this lane. They always choose the aggressive lane because you're young, you're risky. You like to enjoy some special event to happen to you. Okay, I hope Taiwan can implement this function on the freeway at no cost, very minimum cost, and very good to develop drivers' discipline on the speed. Okay. On the lane by lane cases. So don't mix slow traffic with, because we only say speed limit, right? But usually don't give a ticket. That speed limit is 55. Taiwan is 90 miles per hour. Somebody drives 75. Do you give a ticket? No, we don't give a ticket. Ideally, you can give a ticket, okay? Block in Virginia, 15 miles below speed limit, they will say block traffic, okay? They can give a ticket. But most states, they don't do so, unless in congestion condition. In congestion condition, traffic speed already very slow, right? But those cars, they drive below speed limit. It's actually we call what? Moving blockage. Why? They actually create blockage. We don't believe you go on the peak hour, you see one or two trucks on the uphill, they're going to slow down the traffic. They're moving blockage, okay? So if you have lane control, you can advise those guys, hey, speed limit is 90 miles per hour. You want to drive 75? Okay, he may be very old. Okay, like me, older people drive slowly, safely. Well, you can stay on the slow lane because we don't give a ticket. Remember, ideally, speed limit. Tell you what, 90 miles per hour is your speed limit. Limit means the maximum speed. But transportation in traffic in the area, we all interpret it different way. Speed limit is the minimum speed. Okay, if you drive below speed limit, people will push home. Why you are so slow? Okay. So speed limit is one law, one of very, very few laws disrespected by American, okay? Speed limit, we all interpret, yeah, if 55 miles per hour, you have to drive 60 or 65, okay? You drive below 55, appear like you did not follow the law, okay? So interpret the speed limit correctly, you need to use this one, I know the speed limit is 65. So that's why they set all below 60, okay? This particularly useful for what? Moderate traffic condition. If traffic very light, no problem. You can change the lane, don't bother. Traffic very congested, it's okay. Everybody's slow. But in moderate traffic condition means you are in somewhat constrained condition. One or two guys, sometimes one or two cars, you see, one or two cars, both are slow, but they just occupy two lanes. And then what happened? Become bottleneck, okay? You can see all freeway, okay? Particularly you only have a two lane. Those cases are very common, okay? So hopefully someday you become somebody in traffic bureau, implement this system. No cost at all, very cheap, low cost. So everywhere, because this we call active traffic management from the more management side. All you need is what? Is a variable message sign. You already have a sensor. Every freeway have a sensor, okay? Sensor systems to detect the speed and provide the advisory speed. Why not do it? Don't sit in there and do nothing, okay? ITS development in Japan. It comes through the United States case. Japan actually duplicate what the United States has done, but with their own design function, design specification, okay? So you can see, have a quickly, when they call next generation means the one I mentioned earlier, connected vehicles, okay? I don't see any other application you can have. Car talk to each other, car talk to the roadside unit, the car talk to control center. What more you can do? They talk about car, you can control, talk to your home, control your home's furniture or something, devices, go through internet. But that's not my traffic problem. That it may cause traffic problem too. They call your car, you become another way. So you don't, everything you can connect together, that's called fully connected vehicles, okay? Basically cover we have mentioned before, net generation, the B2B case, the automatic speed control systems, and cooperative driving between vehicles, and the on-ramp, off-ramp are the HOT, H lanes, okay, I2V, okay. I told you I2V, V2I is the one going to implement and should be. Any freeway system should have those kind of function because the vehicles by National Highway Traffic Safety. United States have DOT have a three big area agency. One's Federal Highway, okay. One's National Highway Traffic Safety, which is in charge of vehicle-related functions. They issue law for the recall or all those safety functions. They are studying and will be approved by the National Highway Traffic Safety to put all those basic safety functions, which will be V2I functions. Okay, so sooner or later will become standard functions. So once they approve the function become standard functions, then will become popular. Similar to the GPS unit in the car. After they get approved, then you pay additional $2,000. You can put it in vehicle navigation system. Okay, this safety function, V2I will be there in next 5 years, very soon, become a law. Okay, even could be a mandatory because safety needed to be on the priority of many agencies. They want to any accident happen, this car can automatically inform the proper agency or some response team. Okay, because every year Congress evaluate what improvement on traffic safety. They need to do something too. China now is doing this too. I remember Bloomberg Foundation, which is one in New York. Bloomberg Foundation gave a chunk of money to Johns Hopkins and work with the World Bank and with the 4 developing countries, try to study how to improve the traffic safety by minimize the fatality due to highway accident. So China start to pay attention to this issue too. But many developing countries just pay no attention to the traffic safety issue. And traffic safety, traffic accident is one of the major contributors to highway congestion. Think about one accident, definitely can cause half hour, 1 hour delay on the freeway. Okay, you look at freeway congestion, mostly because accident or incident. Okay, so I hope we start to pay attention to. Okay, here's the market penetration of benefit. Okay, Japan's promoted the system, but you can use some use a DSRC, some use a beacon system. Hardware system, it depends on your country. They use the infrared beacon too. That's what's used by European countries in the last ITS generation for the roadside signal control. And how to display information. This is an issue, okay? Pay attention on if you have variable message signs. We found out in many highway area, they have a long variable message sign. If a congestion, they tell you information. Sometimes there's no information, nothing important, but they still display. Report the suspect drivers, suspect items to blah, 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 where, okay? And or they tell you traffic condition, there's accident on where, blah, 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 too long. So what happened? It become a source of congestion. Because every driver has to pay attention. What happened? It automatically slow down the traffic. Once you slow down during the rush hour, become what? Shock wave. Not in peak hour, you don't see the differences because it's not big deal. But in rush hour, it's so obviously have a shock wave and become a congestion bottleneck. And queue spill back. You don't know what's happened, but you actually pay attention. Everybody pay attention. Okay, so this is a big issue. What information should display and how long the information should be? What size should it be? What color should it be to get attention, but not too much attention, waste too much effort. Otherwise, it's a source of congestion. Okay, I don't know. I think English and Japanese and Chinese should all have a different study. Okay, different shape. Okay, so visually, so this is another human factor study. They do have a simulator to simulate a lot of study in this area. Okay, I have not been involved in this one of the area. I have not published paper in those human factor study. Okay, I did human factor on the driver route choice, but not in this area. This involved the colors, contrast, size, and message too. Okay, some of the students interested can work on those areas. Otherwise, the message will become useless and will not be respected and not followed. I don't know if those messages work or not. Okay, but Japan's congestion seems okay. not improvement and not getting worse. And this also in your GPS display of the congestion map. That should be designed too, okay? What kind of map can clearly show the information you need, not overburden your mental processing, okay? Ability is an issue too. Okay, this is one of the map display. I don't know if this map is good or not, okay? But all seems very similar. Electronic toll collection system. Okay, that's one topic for you guys to do the homework. Give them homework. Given Taiwan's entire freeway, 90% has what? Toll collection, right? Okay. And the agency, of course, they just collect money. They are so happy, even to mischarge you, okay? But assume this information can be real-time available to you. What can you do to do a traffic management? Understand my question? Now I know the agency is just very greedy, okay? You don't need to cut my comment. I have no problem to say they're greedy. And they get all the information. You think about how many drivers, almost, I believe, 80%, right? More than 80%, right? Have a ETC, right? Okay, ETC, real-time have the information. So everyone have the information. Assume the information, real-time available to you. I know it's not now. I know they have to post-processing for 2 days, okay? Assuming they're real-time available to you. What can you do? How can you do with those information for any meaningful purpose, meaningful application, which contributed to the social benefit? There's no math, no equation, just need the creativity, okay? If you don't want to grade, send me for grading, okay? If you have a creative idea, okay, I give you support you to TRB, okay? If I can use your idea beyond, if your idea is beyond what I know now, okay? I support you to TRB for airfare and a conference, okay? Right down, I promise you, I'm not kidding, okay? If you have an idea beyond what I know, I create an application which take advantage of those ETC information. Okay, I can write down what I know idea. I will be honest with you, don't worry. But you have an idea, create an idea, I give you a ticket to January Washington DC's, your professor know, TRB meeting. I support you go there, okay? See you have potential. If necessary, I can sponsor you 1 year fellowship to study too. You have a good idea. If you have a dumb idea, keep for yourself. Think about this, real-time information could be useful, okay? Really useful. You see so many already use OBU informations. Why are we put so much information there? And every segment you also expose on those radar wave, which long term could be not good for your physical condition too, okay? You have so much sacrifice, why not take advantage of information? Your running condition should be okay, it will not be a big deal. If you have bad luck, that location have an accident, and you just below the monitor, the radar sensor, okay? Then what happened? You will be continuing that accident for 1 hour. Your car stuck there. What happened? 1 hour, every second, and you will be exposed. Enjoy the electronic wave. Second day, I suggest you go to see a doctor, okay? I'm seriously, that could be a problem, okay? If you are just below, you think how strong the wave they use. It could happen just accident. Accident during the congestion period, block traffic, some cars must be below, right below the radar wave coverage area, right? Don't believe you're going to check, okay? Definitely, watch out. There are some people will be bad luck. Of course, it's back at one time, not continuously. But the duration could be long, right? The duration could be 1 hour, half hour. Can you believe? Strong radar wave continue to shock you. Every second shock you for 1 hour. You better check a doctor, see whether your brain has damage or not. You cannot pass GRE or TOEFL. That could be a reason, okay? Brain damage, okay? But that's the issue, okay? I'm not asking you to study that issue, okay? I know that's not a transportation issue, okay? I'm talking about how to use the information for the traffic management purpose or any other purpose meaningful for the society. Okay, so you can see more and more people use the ETC system. Of course, you can do a congestion management. Okay, you can do the congestion pricing approach. Okay, and this are almost the same in most of the countries. So they are in competition of a market penetration rate. That's in Japan's occasion, so quite a lot. And they want to do a dynamic routing. This started from 20 years ago. Again, this involves how do you provide the guidance, whether driver follow you or not, and driver confidence on you. Safety, this is more likely. I told you this could be a mandatory function. This will not be, okay? Some countries, people are more willing to be guided, follow instruction, such as Japan. In the United States, most people want to make their own choice. But country personality is different, okay? And this is more like going to be a mandatory function. This is not much different from the previous case. This is just application area, okay? Freeway applications. Safety, okay? Safety could have more creative identification, okay? Creative area for you to work on the safety. Safety, given the information, how do you detect safety and provide information to drivers and to only the driver in the immediate area or in the impact area at what time frame? So providing safety information and using safety information to guide the driver have much more room to do a study. Okay, how to show the information, how to cover information. How, let's say the driver is going to get on the freeway after 1 hour. Do you need to let them access such information or not? Okay, so there are a lot of issues to inform the drivers with the different creative applications. Okay, Korea, quickly, 2 minutes get down Korea. It's not much difference, almost identical application, but with a different technology. I believe Korea, this one is 4 or 5 universities and 16 or 18 companies together with COTI, Korean Institute of Technology, similar to Taiwan's ITS, Taiwan's IoT, okay, but it was with much more budget, okay. They do everything almost identical, but with different application. The ones they focus more on synchronized intersection. Okay, I guess we don't have those intersections in Taiwan, right? On synchronized, because on synchronized, then you have a right-of-way problem. Who comes first? Who should go first? A lot of times, aggressive drivers could cause accident. Okay, but we don't have stop sign here. Don't have this problem. Okay, everyone calls smart highway. Again, we need a smart driver too. Okay, but we don't have research on smart drivers. It's same as putting all the sensors and taking advantage of the. One way I did mention about Japan is walk zone warning. Okay, walk zone is one of the area we pay a lot of attention. I've done a lot of research in the United States on walk zone because all walk zone create bottlenecks, congestion, or also accident. Okay, here's how do you control walk zone safety. There's a lot of study here. It's just application. Okay.